everyone. Hope everyone's having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are. Sorry for the long pre-stream. I was discussing, like, my partner's about to go to Micro Center, so we were like discussing monitors and shit that I'll need later. So, yeah. Hope welcome in Walrus, welcome in Fairy. Sonic 06 better be S tier. You didn't see my mental breakdown earlier this year. But yeah. So today is going to be my last stream of the year. Basically, my family, like, Micro Center, that go, no, yeah, it is. Um, yep. Oh, welcome in, 1010. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic one. Yeah, so I'm getting my, so next month, I am planning on getting my new PC. Like, it's gonna be my first desktop PC since I was like in high school. So we've been discussing stuff because I don't have anything for a desktop, so I need new monitors, I need a keyboard, like I need all this shit. So like me and him were discussing like, oh, like I need to look for a monitor and stuff, which I already have one monitor that's hooked up to my laptop, but I need another one so I can still have dual screens once the laptop's out of commission. Yeah. It's all gonna be from Micro Center. It's gonna be great. Vibin' and lurking. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Welcome in. But yeah, I figured because anything I would have streamed for my last stream of the year was gonna be a lot of chatting. Monitor hardly know her. But yeah, since I figured that any stream I did for the last one of the year, I'd just be chatting and stuff. Hey Dr. Sarter, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic one. That instead of just playing a game, I hardly know. I instead of doing that, I playing a game or anything, I would just do a tier listing because I do want to chat about like all the games I played this year, what my general thoughts and opinions are, because I do have thoughts and opinions on a lot of them, especially the ones I played blind. And I figured I'd do some other stuff. So I have this one for like all the games that I played this year. It's excluding some things, which I'll get into later. There's a reason for it. And then I also have Otome Game Husbandos. So I have just like all these Otome Game Husbandos that I know of. And indie RPGs, which is mainly RPG Maker stuff. Sapphire, say Tomochi, how you doing? Hope you're a fantastic one. Sorry to say if the entire chat has oh no! And then I also have Final Fantasy. If like Sonic 06 the goat, no cap, absolutely. And if like I get to the end of these and I'm like, well, I have a lot, I still want to stream some more, then maybe I'll take suggestions for other tiers. I just thought it'd be fun to do this, like, and I could also like talk about like games that I played this year and also review all the games that I did, because I did a lot despite it's not VTubing the entire year because I started in March. Yeah, but I thought it'd be fun. Incurable, oh no. So yeah, let me put on some music. I pulled up the Wild Arms soundtrack, which I want to stream next year. Wild Arms is so good if you have not played it. It's a PS1. I think it's one of the first PS1 games that was released. It was like commissioned by Sony, I think. So yeah, let's pull up this. Alright, let's go. Botanist! I haven't even started my tiers and you're doing squats on me. Alright, let's do squats to start this off. Alright. 1, 2, Bobby, okay. Bobby, you want me picked up while I'm doing this? Bobby, okay, no, he's feeling rambunctious. 2, oh my god, Bobby! Bobby. Okay. I'm carrying him now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god. Bubby like immediately just like attacked me. Like as soon as I did one squat, he was just like, Mama, I'm going to bite the shit out of your ass. He's feeling a little spicy today, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him. Yeah, he got a booty bite in. Every day is leg day, it sure is. Yeah, speaking of squats, I am going to be doing some exercise changes. So, starting next year, which be probably not the first stream I do next year, because trying to think. Because I might do a stream before Tuesday of next week. Because Tuesday's obviously the collab thing, so I don't do exercise redeems during the Tuesday collabs, but I have exercise plans for next year for the streams. Basically, botanists, you're gonna be very interested to hear this, but but basically all of the exercise redeems are going to be cut in half cost-wise. So if you want to do exercise redeems, they're going to be cheaper next year. Though I am going to do some adjustments. Like, for the one where you can, like, ask me to do any exercise, I'm actually going to limit it. So it's going to be, like, I'm going to have more variety and stuff. So, eggs are slides for bacon. Yes, for bacon. But yeah, all those are going to be cut in half. In addition, there's going to be a new redeem starting next year where there's going to be a really, really cheap redeem where you can ask me, "Hey, Ner, did you go on a walk today?" And if I haven't, what that means is that if I have not gone on a walk today, I did not go on a walk today, but it doesn't fucking count now. I just woke up like 2 minutes ago. It's fine. But if I did not go on a walk today or did not do any exercise, that means all of my exercise redeems are then doubled. So instead of doing 10 squats, I do 20. So everything is doubled because I did not go on a walk today. That's how it's going to work starting in 2023. And this is the one I'm scared of. I have another exercise thing that I am scared of just because of, Bobby, don't smack my hand when I'm waving them around, please. You spicy little boy. Like, when I talk sometimes I, like, wave my arms around and he just, like, fucking went at my hand. Bobby, you're being spicy. Stop it. But, so, here's the one that scares me. Specifically because if you know who I usually collab with, you'd know, what danger this brings to my livelihood. So, if I'm collabing with someone who has an exercise redeem, and their exercise redeem is done, I have to do it with them. The problem is, I do weekly collabs with Matcha, and he has sometimes done 100 squats in a stream. So I'm scared of that, but I'm going to attempt to do that and fulfill that obligation. But that's starting in 2023. I'm scared of that one, so I might actually, like, cap that, like, hey, if someone else is going really insane, teach me about bazongas. So, yeah. If someone's going insane, I might cap it like, hey, if I'm not feeling great after, like, 50, I'm just gonna sit down the rest of the stream. So, that's the one I'm afraid of. Oh, we got a Yumi! Yay! But yeah, that's what's happening next year for exercise, so be very excited. It's going to be hell. But yeah, that's the plan for next year, because I need to get fit. The reason for that is because, I'm a fucking lazy ass. And I figured, since I can't stick to a fucking routine myself, I'm just gonna force myself through streaming. So, please keep me suffering, and maybe I'll get to pre-pandemic nurse status, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I figured let's just get started. with this fucking tier list. Now that I've, like, announced that, now that I put that into the world, and now I bet, like, Botanist in particular is, like, maniacally rubbing his hands together, like, oh my god, I'm going to make Nurse so fit that she's not gonna know what to do with herself. Damn it, I realize that every stream I come to, I will suffer with you. Oh, you're gonna do it with me! Sav! Are you also gonna get fit or else? Are you gonna suffer with me? Oh my god! We're gonna suffer together. Also, if anyone wants to join me, like, if chat is making me suffer and you're like, damn, maybe I should join in the spirit of this, then please, join in, let's get fit together, let's suffer together, or else. That's the key, or else. There's punishments involved. If you don't go on a daily walk before your streams, then you're fucked. The or else will be coming for you at like 5 miles an hour. Nurse, I need 20 cc's of liquid suffering for this poor fool. Oh, thank you, Dr. Surter. Yeah, bring in the suffering next year, though. Today is a chill day. And of course, like, do know that, like, if I'm feeling, like, shitty, if I'm sick or anything, that I do turn off exercise stream. I do turn off exercise redeems for, like, Tuesday collabs, they're turned off. And if I'm feeling really sick, then I will turn them off. So it's not going to be, like, every single day I'm obligated. If I'm not feeling good, I am not doing it. So always take care of yourself if you're not feeling great. But yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, let's get started. So I figured I'd just, like, do this in order of the games that I'll do it in order of, like, when I played it, if I can remember the fucking order. But yeah, the first game I played as Nur was Tales of Symphonia, so I figured it's always a great time. I really like it, and, like, even going back to it, the more I play it and the more time that goes on, the more flaws I see in the game, because obviously it's a very old game. It's old, but I still really, really love it. So it's always an A tier, amazing time. It's rare when I do the Colette route in that game, because everyone voted for Colette for the end of the game. So, you know, it's good. Yeah, it's weird to think about how I did Nier Automata and Tales of Symphonia this year, because it was like, I didn't record the VODs for them, because I started streaming as Nur during those playthroughs. Like, I started the playthroughs, and I was like, actually, I'm going to be a VTuber now, so then I switched over. Did Nur himself just buffer? Probably. If I'm buffering, who knows? I don't know. Because, miraculously, my internet's working today. Basically, starting last Friday, my upload speed was throttled, and it only just got rectified yesterday, so I couldn't stream or anything during that time. So hopefully it's not going bad right now, because we just fixed it. What did I play after Nier Automata and Symphonia? Oh! I played Star Ocean, which I haven't finished yet. Star Ocean Second Evolution I started playing during my birthday, and I never finished it because I got to a point where I remembered. So, this is something I always forget about with Star Ocean, too, is that I love starting a game for it, I love playing it all, but as soon as I get to the second world is when I usually drop it. So, I'm still gonna say it's a pretty good game. I still haven't finished it. I probably won't ever, because I got really, like, the thing that really bummed me out about Star Ocean 2 is that I missed out on getting a character I wanted to recruit because I went the wrong way leaving a map. Like, that's the only reason I don't have this character, is because for no reason, if you leave a map the wrong way, you don't get the character at all. You, like, never get a chance to recruit her again. It's Chisato. And I was just, like, so bummed when I realized, oh no, I left the map in the wrong direction, and now I can't recruit this character anymore. So that bummed me out so much that I was like, oh man. I was just so bummed that I didn't want to play it anymore, so then I just stopped. Which is a shame, because I really, really do love the game, and I really... Maybe one day I'll go back to it and finish it, but... God. It's also the one thing that's keeping me from dropping other games, because I'm like, I can't drop another game unless I finish Star Ocean. I can only have one game that I haven't finished in my catalog. Imagine Tales of Vesperia without Exactly! Exactly, like, if I played, like, through all of Tales of Vesperia, then I get to the point where I can, like, formally recruit Raven, then I just, like, couldn't. I would fucking drop the game. Chisato's not even one of my favorite characters, but I was like, I wanted to recruit her. But, yeah. So, Star Ocean 2, it's rated B for the year. Pretty good game, except that I never finished it. But, it's still great. It's still that game that really influenced all of my likes later on. What did I play next? Dragon Age 2, I think, was next. No, it was, Crystal Chronicles. This is another one I didn't finish, but I wasn't really... It was one that I was, like, doing on Saturdays if I wanted to do something really chill. So it wasn't something I was dedicated to. So this one I don't care too much about if I didn't finish it, but it was fine. Okay, if this was the normal Crystal Chronicles, it would be rated A. However, since I was playing the remaster, it's a C tier. The remaster was super, super botched. They did a lot of improvements, which I like, but the main point of Crystal Chronicles is that you play it together with other people. Like, you go on a journey together. And with the remaster, they made it so that, like, yeah, you can go to dungeons with groups and stuff. You can do online co-op with it. However, only the host of the dungeon gets to proceed in their story. So, if you had a group of friends that you wanted to play Crystal Chronicles with, and you wanted to journey through the game together, you'd have to play the same dungeon 4 times in order to finish the fucking game. So, like, every time you get to a dungeon, play it 4 times so all 4 of you can advance through. And it's just ridiculous. Like, God, Hi Matcha, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic one. But yeah, the Crystal Chronicles Remaster C tier, I wish it was handled a lot better than it was. What did I play next? It's probably Dragon Age 2. I did a chat choice read-through. Not a chat choice read-through. Chat choice playthrough of that game. And, actually, wait. I think Dragon Age 2 is gonna be S tier. Doing good, just got home from work. Welcome home, then! Hope you had an easy work day. I think you're getting close to your weekend, so hopefully, as you're coming up to the, your weekend, it's getting easier. Azza, thank you for the hydrate. Welcome in, Azza. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic one. Right now, we're rating games I played this year. So yeah, Dragon Age 2, specifically the playthrough I did on stream, the chat-based choices, it was so fun. I did choices in Dragon Age 2 that I normally would not have, because everyone in chat wanted me to suffer, and it was so much fun. I loved it. I'm good, I'm at work, so I might be able to be active. That's fine! Thank you for stopping in. Hope you're having an easy work day. Hope it is, like, nice and easy as you get into the weekend. Yeah, Dragon Age 2, one of my favorite streams I did this year. It was great, it was fun. I wish I had sex with Anders. Anyway, moving on. Chat did not want me to do that. What did I do next? What did I do with Dragon Age 2? I don't even remember. The fucking Anders shake. It was probably Amori. S tier. Amori, goddamn. So, fun fact, because I did streaming before I became a VTuber, technically that run of Amori that I did this year was my third time playing Amori on stream. But Dragon Game Romance Test is a bullshit capacity test. Today has been a day today. Oh no, Azza, I hope it gets better. Oh, no. Hi, Ness. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic one. But yeah, Mori, technically my third run on a stream. I mean, technically it's my second 0.5 because I didn't finish my second run. Because my second run I was supposed to do a Hikikomori route, but then I stopped because of reasons, and then I did the third one completely on stream as Ner. But yeah, Amori, I was super, super proud of what I did during Amori, because for once, I did, like, voice acting shit that I was like, oh, I'm proud of this! Oh, I think I'm doing a good job! So I'm very happy with how that all turned out. I also got the opportunity to do more spooky stuff. It was good work. Oh, thank you, Matcha! But yeah, and I got to do some more spooky stuff that was integrated on Twitch, so I got to do some funny stuff, like basically on the last stream I swapped in pop-ups that were like more horror based, just specifically to freak people out, because I was just like, people are gonna do pop-ups during the scary things, I'm gonna fuck with them, I'm gonna change them out during stream, and I did, and I think like 1010 was the first one to do it, and I freaked him out. So I'm happy with that. Yeah! I was specifically just like, I hope someone presses the button. If they don't press the button, I'm going to be so pissed off because I want to freak someone out. And I want to do more stuff like that. Like, Bobby, hi? Bobby just attacked the wall. Bobby, what the hell? Why are you being so spicy? We're being spicy today. Bobby's being spicy. Amori calls depressor than reading that book bit 13. Oh my god. Amori is intense. It's, god. It's a lot, but fantastic game. Definitely would stream it again. Who's up for round 4, guys? Sorry, I'm looking at my cat because I'm like, what the hell are you doing behind me? But, yeah. So let's do, Inquisition next. Inquisition, I think I'll put it here because it was really fun. I had more fun with Dragon Age 2, admittedly, but Inquisition was still an amazing time. Still very chaotic with all the choices. The only issue is that in Inquisition there's more space between the stuff that chat can influence, because it's mainly an exploration game. And you can't really influence exploration because it's like, I'm going there. You can't tell me where to go. It's an open world map. I have to go everywhere to get choices to begin with. It's still really fun. I think the funniest memory I have doing Inquisition on stream was, what was it? During the Iron Bull sex scenes, and I freaked out because, like, it had full-on nudity. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get banned from Twitch.com because they're showing me nipple. Because I completely forgot that Iron Bull's scenes had, like, full-on nipple if you played as a female. It's so much grinding. Yeah. That I was horrified. But we made it through. Obviously I haven't been banned yet for my Dragon Age Inquisition crimes, but who knows what happens in Dragon Age Dreadwolf, because I will be streaming that when it releases. Bobby, what are you doing? Bobby. Spicy boy. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to mention, John, this was earlier in the year. This is, John Cena's Sexy High School Adventure. Amazing time. Would date John Cena again. So yeah, no, I can't put John Cena's Sexy High School Adventure in S tier because because god. Actually, you know what? It goes on S tier. John Cena's Sexy High School Adventure. It deserves its pedestal. We dated John Cena like 3 times. No, it was like 4 times. There was 4 John Cenas in there. It was great. If you have not played John Cena's Sexy High School Adventure, I highly recommend it. It's great. Oh, there we go. Okay. What's that? Oh yeah, Skyrim came before John Cena, but Bobby, he is behind me like doing some shit. Skyrim, great time. That was my first charity stream. That's where Thomas came from. So if you see the Thomas redeems ever pop up, that is specifically from the Skyrim stuff. So it influenced a lot. It influenced so much of my fucking stream now. It influenced my Otome game streams too. Exactly. Here's Thomas. That is because of Skyrim. Because I had this Thomas mod on my Skyrim. It was so much fun. I wish I could have done a longer stream because if you guys don't remember, during my charity drive, my internet cut out during it, so I had to call it early. And I really wish it had gone on longer because the vibes were so fun. But, you know, well, we're here now. Let's see, what else we did. Oh yeah, Elden Ring. Okay, this is gonna be controversial. I played, because of the charity drive, I played Elden Ring. And, I don't want to look at it again. I did my one stream and then immediately after I was like, I wasn't having fun, and then I uninstalled it. This is gonna be controversial for this year, because everyone really likes Elden Ring, but I really don't like it. Okay. So with the games that are like really focused on like try hard and that like involves a lot of like epic gamer skill, I get really anxious about them. Because whenever I play them, especially with other people or in a stream setting, I get really anxious about people, like, telling me I'm doing a horrible job. So, I really don't want to play it again. Because I get so anxious, because I'm like, I'm not really good at these kind of games, but I feel like everyone's gonna judge me. So, and regardless of, like, how understanding and everyone is in chat, I will have that haunting me for the rest of my life. So... Unfortunately, Elden Ring, I don't want to look at it again. I'm not going to. I'm going to watch other people play it, though. I love watching other people play it. I hate playing it myself. I didn't parry it. I'm too casual. And the entire time I was trying to avoid getting into fights because I didn't want anyone to judge me. So that is my personal, like, my personal cross I hang on my back. I don't play From Software games because of it. So... It's the anxiety. Yay! Okay, what's next? Trauma Team, S tier. Trauma Team I had so much fun revisiting. Trauma Team is one of the games I only play once every like 4 or 5 years. Because it's better when you forget stuff about it. And Doctor. Yes, Dr. Sarda, you're here for it. But especially with the diagnostic segments and the forensics, you have to kind of forget what you did in order to have a good time with it. My internet just crashed. Oh no! Okay, it's back. We good. Okay. My internet like dipped for a bit there. I was like, oh no! Okay, it's happening again. Doctor Who, you know, the doctor. But yeah, Trauma Team, fantastic. I always like revisiting it. It's always a fantastic time. Just like Cumberland College of Killed Internet. No! Okay. Well, I think it's back. So, but yeah, great time. If you have not if you didn't watch my streams and if you wanna fucking play it yourself. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. It's like going in and out. Okay. We're just gonna keep on fucking going. But yeah, if you did not watch my streams and you want to play a doctor game, like please, like try it out. Bobby, did you do something? Doctor out. Oh no! Okay. But yeah. We are just gonna keep going. I'm like looking at my OBS like, should I continue talking or should I wait a little bit? Yeah. So, what's next? I think I'm gonna go with... Oh yeah, I did Monster Prom before. 10 out of 10 safe from personas there. Exactly, exactly. But yeah, Monster Prom, great time. I only started playing it this year. I've only played it 2 times, but it was great. I want to play more of it. It's more of a collab-y thing, so I'm not too pressured about doing it. I'm just getting a think of water. So yeah, Monster Prom, great. I want to play more of it. Yeah. There's not much I can really say other than that. Let's see. Oh yeah, Eve, I played that this year. Always a great time. I'll talk about this more on the RPG Maker. Never failed there. Okay. Let me wait for the internet to come back. Okay. Okay. I don't know how I keep on getting dates in Monster Prom. Like, I legitimately don't understand how I do this. But I have not failed in any of my Monster Prom runs, and I feel like it's coming for me. It's coming for me. I'm going to fail so miserably that... God. Ugh. It's coming. Okay. I am watching my KB per second in the corner of my OBS. It keeps on like dipping to 0. I'm like, oh no, it's happening again. But it keeps on coming back, so I'm just gonna keep going and trying to ignore it for a little bit. Oh my god, it's happening. Yeah, it's... No! Oh my god. Fucking Comcast. Fucking Comcast always does this to me. Okay. 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 We good? We good? We good? I'm gonna talk about Eve later. Anyway. Code Realize S tier. Okay, Code Realize S tier. If it helps on mobile, at least it's been uninterrupted. That's good. That's good, at least. But yeah, Code Realize S tier. Code Realize was my first, yeah. Raise your hands for that. Oh my god. Okay. So, I'm the righteous hand of lag. I'm the devil that you forgot. Jesus Christ. It didn't lag during my wedding yesterday. That's the thing. It didn't lag on my wedding, and now it's lagging, like, it's going in and out, which is like, okay. Hey, I was part of that. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're part of Code Realize. Yeah, so, Code Realize I had a fantastic time with. It was great. It was all great. And it started with what's becoming a series of Otome readings, and London was there. Yeah, 1010 played London, and it was great. It was really fun to, it was really fun to organize this little reading thing. I'm really glad that everyone enjoys it, and I'm really glad that, everyone's having a lot of fun with it. I'm really proud of the Otome readings. I think it got a cute virus. Oh. Yeah. Good evening, Lucky. Hi. Welcome in. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic one. I am like... keeps going. The wedding power's it was too strong for my ISP, I guess. Too strong for fucking Comcast. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, it keeps on dipping in. I'm actually, how is it looking on your end? Like, is there any interruptions, or is it just like, I should just ignore my OBS? Like, is there any major interruptions from my talking or anything? How's Nura? I'm doing well, Lucky. I am doing pretty well. Having a little bit of internet upload issues right now, I guess. It keeps on dipping in and out. So if anyone can tell me how it's looking on your ends, please let me know, and I'll like start ignoring it if it looks fine. But otherwise, let's see. I had some buffering, but the audio's been fine. Okay, so I'll just continue and hope it doesn't get too bad. Oh, as I say, it did bounce back down to 0. Jesus Christ. But the buffering doesn't last time. Okay, that's good. I'm just gonna continue then. Atli or Aisha, pretty good game. I can tell if it's my end or you're just dying simultaneously. I see. But yeah, didn't have any buffering on my end so far. Okay. That's good at least. But yeah, so Atli or Aisha, pretty good game. I had good fun with it, except that I almost fucked it up at the ending. So my issue with the Atelier games is that the time limit really stresses me out. But I did have a fun time with it. It's just that I had to have help in order to finish the game afterwards. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta have friends to help you with the rest of the game. Yeah. So, yeah. What was next after that? Because I think I got into the horror games after that. Heathgriff. No! I don't want to talk about Heathgriff. Heathgriff is a fucking asshole and a fucking pleb. I don't want to talk to him anymore. He better not be in the other Dusk series games. If he's in the other Dusk series games, I'm going to lose my shit. On him, specifically. I'm going to kill him. Anyway, Angels of Death, D tier. I never want to look at this again. Angels of Death was horrible. Okay. So Angels of Death started really promising, and it progressively got worse and worse and worse until I was just like, I don't like this anymore. Like, basically, if you are interested in Angels of Death, I would recommend you play episodes 1 and 2 and imagine the rest. Like, episodes 3 and 4 are so disappointing that it's Shinji Ikari. No! Yeah, so if you wanted to play Angels of Death, I seriously recommend just not. And if you really want to, just play episodes 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 had really good vibes, and also it's like, it builds up suspense really well. It does really good things with the story. It makes you intrigued. And then as soon as episode 3 hits, it just starts going off a fucking cliff. I was really unhappy with my experience by the time I finished it. I was like, I'm not liking this. But yeah. So... okay. I'm thinking the next one I did... Boogeyman. Boogeyman was an amazing time. So... Boogeyman... for those of you who don't know, Boogeyman is by the same creator as The Crooked Man, and Boogeyman was legitimately a scary experience. Like, it did not need jump scares, and it didn't have any jump scares, but the vibes were fantastic. It was great. The thing that puts it below an S tier is because, the creator of these RPG Maker games, they always have an issue where their puzzles aren't really logical. I just died. No! Oh my god. Okay. Is it back? You're my dad, Boogie Woogie Woogie. Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, the issue is that all the puzzles aren't logical. So you legitimately need to have a guide up for Boogeyman, because none of the puzzles make sense. The thing that makes sense about Boogeyman is that there's a lot of red herrings, which makes sense for who the Boogeyman is. He wants to fuck with you. But, God. Maker hardly know her. Ah! Okay. What the hell is up? Okay, let me, okay. It's... Okay. It's... Okay, my internet is doing some weird thing where, like, it just keeps on jumping really down and going back really up. It's kind of annoying right now. Yeah. I wonder if doing an internet test right now would, like, fuck with my OBS. Because it like, sometimes, like, throttles some stuff in order to, like, do a proper testing. But, I'm just gonna finish this one. I believe... Thank you. I don't believe in Comcast, actually. That's a lie. I don't believe in any ISP. There's definitely visual lag, but not so much audio right now. Audio is the one that matters. I'm not playing a game right now, so you don't really need to see it, I guess. So, as long as you can hear it, I guess, it's fine. God, Okay, I'm, like, continuing to look at this. Oh, so much for Comcast fucking fixing my problems. I love it. I love Comcast. It's just so good. Don't you love it when your ISP says, "Oh yeah, we're fixing the issue," and then they don't do it? I love it. Okay. So what should I do next? I guess. Sorry, now I'm, like, trying to, like, get back into the groove of things. Mad Father, amazing time. Mad Father is great. Again, I'm gonna get more into this in my RPG Maker tier list, but amazing time. I have I have thoughts about, how it ends up going. But yeah. Okay, dumb cast, it really is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. God, I don't know what to do. Like, as soon as it looks steady and I'm like, okay, I can probably, like, talk some more, it immediately, like, dives back down. Like, at the second I start talking about the games I want to talk about, it just dives back down. I'm not sure what to do anymore. I'm now getting buffers. Fuck. God damn it. Fucking Comcast. Okay. Maybe if I curse it out, it, like, will steady out. Maybe. That would be great. If I could, like, curse out Comcast and immediately, like, oh shit, I gotta fix myself. I'm going to start cursing it out and be like, hey, Comcast, you're a little fucking bitch. And maybe it'll stay steady. It's staying steady right now. It's staying steady. Maybe that's the key. I gotta insult them. They have a thing with that. Maybe that's why they're so shit. Because they want to be insulted by a computer virus VTuber. That's what they want. That's what they want out of this world. Is this what they want? It's staying steady? Oh my god. I'm just revealing Comcast kinks to my stream. Oh my god. It's going steady has been awesome, but too. Yeah. Okay, it looks like as long as I step on Comcast, it's going to work for me. The lore of Comcast is being revealed to me. Actually, I think it's because like, we are technically, I am not in a prioritized area for Comcast, so that means regardless of how much we pay for internet service, we're not going to get the best internet service because we don't live in a good neighborhood that deserves internet, even though all the neighborhoods do and need good internet service. But, you know, sometimes Comcast can be horrible like that. But it looks like it's steadying out now, so hopefully it keeps up like that as long as I continue insulting my ISP. So I think I found the solution is just to step on them. But yeah, let's hopefully as soon as I look away, it'll start going again. Pog country, living in America. Yeah. Donate internet broadband ways. Thank you. Please donate all of, like, the fucking spirit bomb from Dragon Ball Z. Just, like, do that, but for internet service. Yeah, I love living in America where they're like, well, it's capitalism. It'll sort itself out. Capitalism's great because you have competition everywhere you go. But actually, there's only one provider in my area, and because I'm not prioritized at all, it doesn't matter how much I pay because they won't do anything for us. Money doesn't even talk to them. Yeah, we love America. It's great. It's great. I love it. It's fantastic. It's not a capitalistic hellscape. Not at all. They're definitely not just stealing my money because... and to give me, like, nothing. It's great. Actually, here's a fun thing I learned when we were doing our internet repairs, is that technically, so we get about 500 down. So, like, we average, like, 500 down, and that's usually consistent. It's never interrupted in a way where I notice it. Down's always usually fine. We're supposed to this is something that was revealed to me, is that I'm supposed to get 1,000 down, but, we have never gotten it. So, apparently the package we have, because, like, I don't handle the internet, my partner does, because he works from home, so he needs to be the one to, like, if there's an issue, he needs to call them. So it's better for him to handle it. So apparently we pay for 1,000 down. We've never gotten 1,000 down. It's like, okay. Got 30 download, 5 upload. Honestly, Saf, I'm going to look you dead in the eye. 5 upload is way better than what I've been getting this past week. Because this past week, I was averaging 0.5 upload. Like, that was my average. Like, from Friday to, like, yesterday. It was 0.5. And all I could do was Discord stream. That was all I could do. Like, I could manage, like, being on a Discord call and maybe streaming stuff through Discord. Nothing else I could do. I couldn't upload videos to Twitter. I couldn't upload videos to YouTube. I couldn't do Twitch streaming. I could do nothing. My download was still 500, but my upload was throttled. That is usually, so here's a fun fact. If I am ever having stream difficulties, like if you ever see me having an issue where my stream goes offline, it is always my upload. It is never my download. So most of the time, I will not notice that there's any issue until people in chat say that they're getting throttled. So I have no idea because everything else will continue working. My download still works. My, like, anything that I have up. So I still see chat going. So, like, my chat will still go as normal. Twitch will still go as normal. But what I do not know is if people watching my stream will receive it. That is always my issue. And it is such a frustrating issue because it is so frustrating to have like this internet access. Like, I have everything working. So, like, I could, like, watch a stream. I can do anything that involves me downloading stuff. But if I want to do anything to, like, communicate towards other people, I can't fucking do it. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. Yeah, it's a lot of pain. And it's funny how the second I start insulting them, my internet immediately starts leveling out. So it looks like we're good to go for the rest of it. But that is basically the most frustrating experience for this year. Because, like, literally every time I have an issue where I cannot stream, it's only upload. Like, I still have internet for everything else. That sounds incredibly annoying. Yes, it is. Also, welcome in, Para. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic one. Sorry, we had some, we had, hopefully, knock on wood, had, past tense, some technical issues. So now we're getting back into it. Yeah, that's, 2022. Most frustrating thing is my upload, because Comcast is a piece of shit. Actually, technically, I also have access to another ISP, but they're like, the other ISP is Verizon, and that's kind of like being, you choose between two evil overlords, so I don't think it would improve too much if if we decided to switch over to Verizon for our internet. Thanks, doing good. Finally got my new desk set up. So I've got the rest of the day just chill. Yeah. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. It's always nice to have like some new furniture up. I do need to get some new furniture. Like, I would like to get an actual desk for myself. Right now I use a table. It's just a table that I use as a desk. So maybe one day I'll get an actual desk for myself. That would be fun. But first I have to prioritize getting a desktop computer. That's kind of the next step on my list to do that. Buy setup here, boys. Yeah. Like, me and my partner actually, like, one of the things we always talk about is, like, where we're gonna move. Because, we don't want to live in our state anymore. Not for any particular reason. We just kind of want to experience another part of the country. And we're always, like, thinking of, like, okay, what do we want? And I'm just like, can we move somewhere with fiber? Like, can we find, like, a list of places that have fiber access? Can we just move there? Because I think that would be way better than anything else that we could move to. So that's on my list of, like, if we want to move somewhere, can we please have fiber access so I don't have to deal with this shit anymore? Like, I know, my partner's parents actually have, fiber. Like, an upstart fiber company, like, for my partner's, like, family lives somewhere very, very rural, so cable companies actually wouldn't provide them with cable. Like, they're like, it's not worth it for us to put cable in your street, so they wouldn't give them to them. So, like, a fiber company came in like, hey, we'll give you internet for a lot cheaper than Comcast would. You just have to, like, promise you'll be subscribed for, like, X amount of years, so it makes it worth this to us. So now they have fiber, and it's like, it is the best shit ever. Like, I go there, and it's like, the signal they get is just, like, obnoxiously good. Like, you have, like, upload for days there, and I'm like, holy shit. I want this. Fiber's so good. Yeah, I do so wish my recent move has resulted in at least more stable internet. When it works, great. When it works, it's great, but it's bad and inconsistent. Yeah, that. Honestly, it's better to have consistency than anything else, because at least you know what you're working with when you, like, get on the internet. So consistency, I think, is key, so you actually know what you're working with whenever you get on. Just need to move to the street next to me. You have fiber? Yeah, apparently they're supposed to put fiber, like, in some more places in my current state, but, like, it never happens, because I guess I'm guessing cable companies are trying to block it. That's why. Then we have the good Kish. My League of Legends addiction agrees wholeheartedly. Yes, exactly. But anyway, looks like things have steadied out. So, hopefully, as soon as I start talking about the next games on the list, we're just gonna keep going. Okay, so, let's talk about Fragile Dreams next. I'm gonna put Fragile Dreams at a C tier. It was fine. Like, honestly, Fragile Dreams and Angels of Death have the same exact issues for me. When I talked about Angels of Death earlier, I mentioned that it had a really, really strong start, but by the end of the game, I was hating it. So, like, after a certain point, it got horrible. Same exact issue with Fragile Dreams, except that the highs are way higher than Angels of Death got. So, this game really starts out as more like a survival horror walking simulator. And it has fantastic vibes. The vibes are like amazing, and I really, really dig the world that they set up. But then, as soon as you get beyond the hotel segment, it seriously begins to drag. Like, mechanics start coming up that are like beyond frustrating. There's a point in time in the game where I almost quit the game, and I was just like, I'm gonna look up an ending and just show it on stream. But I managed to get through it, but like, I was so frustrated at the game because like, none of the controls, none of the mechanics were thought out very well. So it was just ruining my experience after I got into the sewer segment. And then the story also started getting very weak at the end, because they forced in like a we gotta save the world plot, when I don't think it was a game that really needed a we gotta save the world plot. I would have been satisfied if we just like learned why the world was like this, like learning the why and kind of resolving how it happened. It didn't need like another apocalypse threatening to happen. It really didn't need that, and it felt like it was tacked on at the end. It wasn't really hinted at. So, yeah, unfortunately, I wish it was a better game. I love it otherwise. If you want to play it, play until you get to the end of the hotel segment, then quit and imagine the ending that you want. Bustafellows. We actually... It is such a good game, but it could have been so much better. Bustafellows I haven't played much of. Basically, we had a day in the Otome read-throughs where 2 people were out. I believe Matcha and Tenten were both out for the night. So me, Moji, and Brevi just did a round of Bustafellows. Really fun. Bustafellow, Yeah, Bustafellow is really fun. I've only played the first chapter of it because that's the only chapter you're allowed to stream. It's a shame though, because it's really interesting, and I look forward to playing more of it on my own time, but it has a restriction where the developer does not allow you to stream beyond chapter 1. But it's really interesting. I look forward to playing more of it. That's all I can really say at this point. Sonic 06. Okay. If I could, I put Sonic 06 in multiple categories, because right now, I never want to look at it again, but still, it's an S tier. S tier, I would never play it for 12 hours in a row again. I played it for a 12-hour charity stream, and my brain was melted at the end of it, and God, I don't want to look at it for a long time. But it is so funny. It's such a funny game to play. I wish I was more inebriated when I played it on stream, but God, it is the pinnacle of funny bad game. I love terrible Sonic games. That is like my hobby, is playing only terrible Sonic games. So S tier, but right now it's a D, like S tier normally. I'm still gonna put it into S tier because it deserves its spot as a terrible game, but right now mentally D tier. I missed the whole list. Hey Squishy, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic one. No, well, we're finishing it up, and we're gonna do more listings. We have more stuff up here, so there's gonna be more listings that you can join me for. Squishy, also welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic one. That's my wife. That's my Final Fantasy wife. So Cafe Enchanté, we are technically not done with it yet, but we're almost done with it. So I'm gonna include it in the 2022 listings, especially because I've already played a run myself. I'm gonna put Cafe Enchanté in B tier. It's a pretty good game. Localization is dog shit. It breaks my brain every time we play it, but I really like it. I wish it had a better localization. Axis did it dirty. Like, I feel like a lot of the flaws that we currently have with Enchanté is primarily localization. Like, I would bet you a lot of money that all of the... Like, if you take away the typical typos and missed words and stuff, and if you only look at, like, you know, repetition, there's a lot of unnecessary repetition in the game's dialogue. I bet you that was Axis and should have been actually changed in localization, but it's what we have to do. Currently we're on the Canis route on stream. I actually did a route for myself, so I'm pretty confident putting in B tier, just because I Personally, I played the Rindo route myself, and I do have complaints about the love interest route just by pacing. It should have been longer. It felt very rushed. It went from 0 to 100 really quickly on the route I played. I'm assuming I'm going to have the same opinions on the Candace route. But yeah, B tier, it's pretty good. I'll probably play it, the rest of it myself on my own time. But yeah. So that's my tier listing of the year. You might notice that some games are missing. So, Rune Factory Oceans and Drakengard 3, I'm also playing right now. I didn't want to include it right here because I'm very early on both games. I think it's unfair to put them on a list right now because I haven't really... Oh, we got a Yumi again. Ah, I know I showed up late, but I'm deadly curious how Dragon Age 2 made S tier. Okay, yeah, I can explain that. Dragon Age 2 made S tier because of primarily streaming. It is one of my favorite games to begin with. I do really like Dragon Age 2 to begin with. Also, welcome in, Scully. Hope we are having a fantastic one. Yeah, a few of us really love Dragon Age 2. Yes, me, Tenten, and Vel are huge Dragon Age 2 fans. And honestly, the chat choice really also made it a really enjoyable time because I played it in a different way than I normally would if I was playing it myself. So I did a lot of heartbreaking stuff that I wouldn't normally do. I broke Anders' heart. Anders is one of my favorite video game husbands, and I broke his heart. But yeah. Dragon Age Origins is way more popular than Dragon Age 2. You're not alone on that. Hell yeah, Nura, good work this year. Thank you! Yeah. Dragon Age didn't fill the Witcher hole in my heart, sadly. Aw. I love Dragon Age 2 because of Nura. It was the first game I saw on this channel. Aw! The memories! Fair enough, I didn't dislike it. It was my least favorite of the 3. That's valid. It has a lot of flaws. Yeah, Walrus, Sonic 06 did make S tier. Witcher for 2023, yeah! But yeah, so I felt like Rune Factory Oceans and Drakengard 3, it wouldn't be fair to put them on the list right now because I haven't played enough of them to make a really strong opinion about them. The rest of these on here, I felt comfortable with making some sort of judgment already. And also, anything I did on collab stuff, mainly for the RPG Maker read-throughs I am going to address on a different tier list because I have a RPG Maker specific one coming up. But yeah, so these are my games for the year. Yeah, Elden Ring at D tier. Yep, it's not a game for me. Great game for other people, not a good game for me. I'll just leave it at that because I did explain myself earlier. But yeah, but let's move on to our next one. So, what do you guys want to see next? So I have tier listings for Final Fantasy games, just the main ones. I have tier listings for RPG Maker games, and then I have a tier list for Otome game husbands. So which one do you want to see next? I can do any of them next. Final Fantasy games? You want to see Final Fantasy games next? You're gonna get some bad opinions, so let's go. I'll do Final Fantasy games next. This is going to be really short because there's not much here. Thank you. Final Fantasy. We'll do husbands after this. But yeah, so this is just the Final Fantasy mainline games. So I have the tier list at S tier is my favorites. A tier is great games, but they aren't necessarily my favorites. B's just that I think of them positively, but not strongly positively. C tier, just like I don't have an opinion on them or I don't want to make a call. And D tier is I hate it. And of course I have a section for games I haven't played because I haven't 13S. Oh, you're gonna be disappointed. But yeah, this is gonna be the I haven't played it. There's gonna be several in here that I haven't played. It might be a little controversial too for some of the games I have not played. Okay. So let's just go in order. So, Final Fantasy 1, very influential game, but also it's very I have this opinion about a lot of the early ones where it just kind of like, yeah, it's very influential. It made a lot of things, but I don't want to play it. But also I don't. Wait, what about Final Fantasy Origins, Strangers of Paradise, Chaos? Strangers of Paradise gets a C tier for Chaos. It can't be separated from Chaos, so it's also in C tier. Not all of them have. They haven't, like, 1 and 2 haven't aged well at all. But yeah, Stranger of Paradise also put in C tier for chaos. 2 also gets that distinction where it's like it's an early Final Fantasy game. There's not much to it. Not a lot of bells and whistles. I've not that I played anything earlier than 4. I do like that one song from 2, the Rebel theme. Like that has good music. It has good music in Final Fantasy 2, but that's like, otherwise I'm like, It's a Final Fantasy game. Yeah, Rebel theme's really good. Final Fantasy 3, I only played the DS remake of it, but it was a good time. Like, I like the remake. I haven't played the original. I'm not sure if the original is, like, available for America, but I did play the remake on DS. It was a good time. It's still a very, very simplistic game. It's like, if you looked up standard JRPG experience on a dictionary, Final Fantasy 3 would be there, but it's a good time. Oh my god, Matcha. Okay, Matcha. Okay. I forgot which of the Final Fantasies established Dragoon betrays you trope. I forget which one that is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go, Kupo! 5 minutes of Kupo! Okay, Kupo. Final Fantasy 4, Kupo! Where is it, Kupo? Oh, it's here. Final Fantasy 4, Kupo! I haven't played it, Kupo! I have not played Final Fantasy 4 at all, Kupo. I do have it, Kupo. Yeah, they have 4 after something? After Fall? After something. I know it's like a sequel. It's a sequel. This list includes sequels, Kupo. So yeah, I haven't played 4, Kupo, and as an extension, I also haven't played the sequel, Kupo. But yeah, I haven't played either of them, Kupo. I do want to play them at some point, Kupo, just because I would like to play more Final Fantasy games, Kupo. But yeah, I think I do own this on Steam, Kupo. I just haven't touched it, Kupo. So eventually I will play it, Kupo, but it's in my long fucking list of games I haven't played, Kupo. So 5, good time, Kupo. It's a goofy. Honestly, 5 is a very goofy experience, Kupo, but it's very fun, Kupo. Like, not something I would put in great or the favorites, but still, like, it's fun, Kupo. It's just fun, Kupo. It's goofy, it's fun, Kupo. 6, great game, Kupo. I haven't, like, when I first played Final Fantasy 6, Kupo, I got lost a lot, Kupo. But once I finally played it a little later and experienced the full thing, I was like, this is great, Kupo. Why are these not in numerical order, Kupo? It's hurting my soul to see these out of order, Kupo. Blame tier list, Kupo. I just looked this up, Kupo. This is just how it was presented to me, Kupo. Final Fantasy VII was my first Final Fantasy game, Kupo. So obviously it is my favorite, Kupo. Don't talk to me about the remake, Kupo. I don't like it, Kupo. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII, Kupo. My first Final Fantasy game, Kupo. And, I should not have been playing it at the age I played it, Kupo. I started playing, Final Fantasy VII, Kupo, when I was either 7 years old or 8 years old, Kupo. A lot of things went over my head, Kupo. I will judge heavily where he plays X2, Kupo. Oh, Kupo? So yeah, obviously 7 is my nostalgia pick, Kupo, just because it was my first one, Kupo. And a fun fact, I know the entire Midgar section by heart, Kupo, because I was a very stupid little girl, Kupo. Basically, when I was 7, like, I was like first playing this when I was 7 or 8 years old, Kupo, and I didn't know how to get beyond the Midgar Sommer, Kupo, which is the giant snake they have to walk around with the chocobo, Kupo. I couldn't figure it out, Kupo. So, I thought I missed something in Midgard, Kupo. So, I would just replay the game over and over again, trying to find what I missed, Kupo. Not knowing that I need to use the chocobo to get across it, Kupo. So I know a chunk of this game by heart, Kupo. I think 4, 5, and 6 are my needs plays. I would prioritize 6, Kupo. 6 is very good, Kupo. There's a reason why people think that 6 is better than 7, Kupo. Like, it is great, Kupo. POV squishy about to kill you. Oh no, Kupo. What's next? 8. I don't want to talk about it, Kupo. I don't like 8, Kupo. I haven't finished 8, Kupo. I know my space, Kupo. Okay. I know that Final Fantasy VIII, it has the most handsome guy in the room in 8, Kupo. It's a bad game, Kupo. It's very silly, but the story... Okay, this is an issue with most Final Fantasy games, where the story gets really nonsensical after some point. You're the most handsome guy in the room. Wait, Kupo. But yeah, Kupo. But Final Fantasy VIII gets so convoluted so quickly that halfway through the game I forgot what we were doing. Like, I had no idea what we were fighting for, what the plot was. Kupo? Up. Thank you for the redeem, Matcha. We're up. No more Kupos for me. POV, most handsome guy in the room. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Final Fantasy VIII. I watch speedruns of Final Fantasy VIII, and they dunk on it the entire time. That's what I think my experience for Final Fantasy VIII will continue to be. I think most JRPG and JRPG Jason games seem to do that, yeah. But it's a matter of, like, a presentation. I'll get into that later with 10. Final Fantasy VIII is about making a sandwich. It's about time compression. Okay, this is gonna be, okay. So next up is Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX. This is gonna be controversial. I haven't played it. It is the only, it's the only PS1 Final Fantasy game I have not played. I do own it though. And I just need to, oh no! Here comes the rage! Incorrect time compression. Yeah, I haven't played 9. Actually, wait. Sorry. I actually have played 9. 9 stream somebody. Yeah, it's gonna be a blind stream. Okay. So I have played 3 hours of Final Fantasy 9. However, when I was playing Final Fantasy 9, I had also just gotten my wisdom teeth removed, and I was under very heavy pain medication. So I don't remember any of it, but my Switch says I played it for 3 hours. I don't remember any of that, but I played it at some point. I was very loopy on pain meds, and I was just like, I'm gonna play something. And then I blacked out. So that is my Final Fantasy IX experience, so it will really be a true blind experience going into it next time. But on my Switch, it does say I played 3 hours of it. I just don't remember it. But hi. Honestly, most of my post wisdom teeth removal games, it was Final Fantasy 14, and I want to apologize to anyone who played with me when I was high on pain medication. Because I was not playing well. But yeah, that's my 9 experience. High on pain medication. And also played 14 with it. What's it next? 10. Okay, where's 10? Where's 10? 10. S tier. I like the idea that you speedrun in 3 hours and beat it. I don't... Whatever happened in those 3 hours is like only known to God, because I sure don't know what happened during those 3 hours. But 10 I think is one of the best Final Fantasy games ever, like on a objective level. Like we were talking about earlier how JRPG games tend to get very convoluted. X really does, like, X has that convoluted shit that happens, but the story handles it so well. It keeps you it keeps you in an emotional grounding with Titus's experience through the world, that you really don't notice it until the end. Like, yeah, things get convoluted, but the way it's presented and the way it goes, like, you are invested the entire way. And even though, like, all these, like, really wild things are being thrown at you, you're just like, well, I'm here with Titus. It's really good. It's a fantastic game. Fucking hate Blitzball. Don't talk to me about Blitzball. I hate it. I hate Blitzball. I never played it when I played it. X was my first Final Fantasy. That's good way to start. Yoshi P wants to add Blitzball. I won't play it then. Also, fun fact, Final Fantasy X, technically, that was the first game I streamed back in 2018 or 2019. First game that I ever streamed. I also had a panic attack and ended the stream and never streamed for a year after that. But technically first game I streamed. I just was not used to talking to people online yet. Yeah, so I, like, started stream, and like, the second I started stream, like, I hit start stream. This was, like, this was before the pandemic, too. Like, I hit start stream, looked at Twitch, and I was like, oh, wait, I don't know how to talk to people. And then I spent the entire stream just dead silent. Like, I had a microphone next to my face, so, like, if I breathe, they're going to know I'm here. Someone did come into the stream, though, and someone did come to the stream. They're like, oh, hi, is this your first time playing Final Fantasy? And I, like, didn't talk. And then I, like, looked at my OBS. I was like, I can't do this. And I ended stream. So someone walked in, and then immediately the stream ended. And they were just trying to be nice. God. Oh, thank you for the care package, Scully. But yeah, but obviously I'm fine with it now. But, like, it's a funny memory I have where it's just like, wait a minute, I don't know how to talk to people. Oh no. I feel that, yeah. But it's such a funny memory now, looking back. The only reason I got comfortable with this, because I, like, did, podcasting with a friend for a little bit, and that got me used to, like, talking, like, towards an audience. And then I started streaming again in, 2020. Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, that's a fun little memory we have. Okay, let's get into the thing that Squishy's gonna kill me over. 10-2. It's a great game. It's fun. For all its flaws, it's a fun game. It's fun. I think that's what's the most valuable thing here. It's fun. Obviously not as good as 10, but I still think it's a fun game. It's not a game that you go into, like, looking for a serious thing. Exactly. It's weird as hell. It's really fun. You get dress fears. You get to dress up your fucking party members. It's great. It has some good music. Exactly. Yeah, it's literally a gal pal vacay. You're looking for your dead boyfriend. Man, I've been grinding Black Chandelier for hecking hours. No! Okay. What's next? 11 I haven't played. I don't think I'll ever play this. It's the first Final Fantasy MMO, which, considering I play Fixiv, I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. But apparently it's good. I just probably will never play it myself just because of the nature of MMOs. And it is dated as fuck. It was like one of the first ones, right? One of the first big successes, right? Other than World of Warcraft. 102% completion is absolute villainy. It sure is. Played 11 briefly because of my ex. Ah, I see. Did you enjoy it? Like, taking away the part of your ex, did you enjoy the experience, though? Yeah, it's one of the few on PS2. Yeah. But, yeah, I haven't played it. Apparently it was good, but I'm not gonna play it because of the nature of it. It was fine. Okay. I'm just gonna go with Squishy's opinion. Apparently it's fine. It's still online though, which I think is impressive that they're still supporting it after all these years. I think that's actually great that they're still keeping it online and making sure people can still enjoy it. So I think that's cool of Square Enix. Then we had 12 and 12 Revenant Wings. Haven't played them either. I also have these, but I just haven't played them. No reason. I just skipped them because, like, obviously when they released, I was in high school. Maybe high school, middle school. Forget when I don't know what year it released, but I didn't have like money to throw around, so like you can't just go to a store if you don't have fucking money to use. So that's kind of why. Then we have we have 13. I don't want to talk about it. C tier, only the remaster is good. Okay, I do have the remaster. I just need to play it at some point. So yeah, 13. I don't want to talk about it. It's not a good game. I might stream it at some point though. It's gonna be one of those games where I'm gonna be like complaining the entire time, but I kind of want to do it because, damn it, nerd, my child. Okay, let me talk about this. Excuse me, you can go to stores without money and get things. You just can't go back to the store for a while. I mean, that's true. That is certainly true. Okay, so 13, horrible game, but I'm gonna put a huge but here. Great characters, great story, horrible presentation. So the story they had could have been fantastic, and there are bits of the story that are like hit really hard, really quickly, and there's really good bits in there. But God, is it presented in the worst way possible. You don't have any it doesn't give you like a foothold to get really emotionally invested in it because it bounces around so much. And it also, like, you know how in Final Fantasy X, where they kind of introduce you to the world through Tidus? So Tidus is an outsider, and you're introduced to the world because he is suddenly transported isekai-like into the world. So you're kind of introduced to, like, the lore and stuff. Final Fantasy XIII doesn't do that. It just puts you in a world and says, like, well, here's a bunch of terms and here's a world. Just fucking figure out yourself, you asshole. So it does no effort to try and ease the player into this new world. It just plops you into it and like, well, here's life. Yeah, it's telling when a game gives you a dictionary and asks you to review it before you start the fucking game. Because I remember, like, at some point in the game, like, hey, here's a dictionary with all the terms that you're gonna need. And it's like, you're not gonna just tell me what these terms mean in the game? Anyway, 13-2, great game. This is gonna be my controversial time. I think 13-2 is great. It's so fun. 12 was the second one I played, and while I never finished it because I kind of suck at the Gambit system, I quite liked it. I do want to play 12. I've heard good things about it. Cinematics and 12 are absolutely 10 tier. 13-2 is good. Yeah, it is. I put it in A tier. 13-2 is one of the only games that I've 100% completed. I never want to do it again, but I did it because I really like the game. This is like setting aside DLC. I haven't played the DLC for 13-2, but I thought it was really fun. Huge improvement over 13. I really like Sarah and Noel's dynamic. Do it again on stream. Yeah. No, actually. Like, I'll do some of it. I'm not gonna do the full 100% completion. The reason why I did 100% completion for 13-2 is because your reward for doing 100% completion is alternate endings, and I love that shit. So every time you, like, did some weird thing with the game, it would give you a paradox ending, and God, I loved getting the paradox endings. Sarah was worse than Kyrie Kingdom Hearts. Oh, controversial opinion. I can just let this fly, because I'm already, like, spitting some bad opinions today. Kingdom Hearts fucking sucks. I fucking hate all the Kingdom Hearts games. You can't make me play them on stream. They're fun, but God, I don't like them. Alright. Anyway, now that I got that out, now that I got that out off my chest, 14, obviously, it's S tier. It has a big chokehold on my throat. It's fine. Ow, my childhood nerd. I played Kingdom Hearts in my childhood, too. Like, I also have that nostalgia. I fucking hate it nowadays. But my Sora X Riku ship. But you can still enjoy that. Here's the thing. You just take them out of the Kingdom Hearts and just enjoy it yourself. There's an artist I follow on Tumblr that I followed them during my Hitalia days. So, Hitalia time going on. But they like the ship so much that they're just like, I'm just gonna take these characters for myself. That's what I recommend for you. Just take them out of here. 13-2 is so painful for me. I'm okay with Sarah, but I despise Noel. I like them both. Actually, when one complained about 13-2, the ending sucks. Oh yeah, I forgot about Lightning Returns. It sucks. I forgot about Lightning Returns. Which, that's what I can continue with. I only like 13-2 out of the trilogy. The ending does fucking suck with it. Yeah, it's not a complete ending. Like, it's a sequel hook. I hate those kind of endings. Which is funny to say as a Dragon Age fan. Because all of our endings are sequel hooks. Yeah, Lightning Returns is terrible. I love... You hate Lightning Returns so much you forgot about it. I know! I love Lightning Returns, though. I mean, I hate Lightning Returns, but I love 13-2. I love 13-2. I get to beat up Noel. Very cool. Is that the only reason you like it, 1010? 1010, do you only like it because of that? Did I hear Kingdom Hearts fucking sucks? You did. Yay, Walrus, you sure did. I'm not backing up. No, I really like the game. I mean, to be fair, I really liked, I like parts of 13, Lightning Returns. Hey, fucking man. Hey, Walrus, let's go. The only good part was beating up Noel and Snow. Like, nothing made sense with Snow in that game. Like, the Snow in Lightning Returns, like, regardless of your feelings of Snow, that wasn't Snow. Like, regardless if you liked Snow or hated Snow, that wasn't Snow in Lightning Returns. That wasn't him. I refuse to believe that was actually Snow. And I have a mixed opinion of Snow, and I was like, no, actually. That's not him. I remember my favorite thing about 13-2 is getting the N7 armor. Oh yeah, N7 armor, I forgot about that. Okay, we got one left. I got 15. This is gonna be controversial with some people in the room. I think it's a great game. I really like really like 7. Not. I'm getting my Roman numerals mixed up. I love 15. It has a lot of flaws. I do feel for it because of its troubled production. So I'm a lot nicer to 15 than I would other games just because I know how much pain it took to get this out the door. Snow, I feel like shit that falls down on the ground during winter months. Man, how bad did they make snow in that game? It made it horrible. About to start 15, I hate myself. Currently playing through 13, and Snow is far and away my least favorite of the cast, but the game is pretty good. Ah, I see. Yeah, 15 is a game that was developed. The thing is, I feel for it. And here, we're going to roundabout right back to the Kingdom Hearts stuff, because the story about 15 is that the Kingdom Hearts man took so long to develop it, they just fucking took it away from him. And they gave it to some other developers, like, hey, can you salvage this into a good game? Yeah, versus 13. So I do feel for them. I think they did a great job considering the circumstances. And I think once they finished all the patches, once they finished all the updates with 15, it was a great game. But God, they had to try so hard. And I do know that there was... If you haven't played the DLCs for 15, there was seriously some love put into the DLCs, especially episode Ignis, that I really believe that the people behind the game really, really were trying their hardest to make this a fantastic experience. Like, I do not, like, I'm very easy towards 15 because of that. They did their best. 13 felt like COM. Chain of Memories for my Kingdom Hearts players in the room. Ah, I see. No, couldn't be me. God, okay. So yeah, that's my final tier list for Final Fantasy games. If you wanna beat me up after stream, go ahead, but these are my opinions and they aren't yours. Okay, so we're gonna get into Otome Husbandos next. So let's get into our Otome Husband section. Could never fight in there. 15 did make me cry even after bullshit says good. Yeah, it made me cry too. If you want proof of that, you can talk to Moji, because me and Moji were living together when I was playing through 15, and I was fucking a mess after the end of 15. Discord would be very heated after this. Yeah, fight me. These are my opinions, they aren't yours. Fight me. Okay, so let's get into Otome Husbandos. Okay, so you might notice that some of these are already sorted in here. That is because I found this tier list. It's called the Ultimate Game Love Interest Tier List Maker. And it has 1,000 people on this list. I don't know all of them, so I picked the ones that I knew, but, you know, there's all of these other characters. I don't know these men. I don't know any of these men. So yeah, yeah. Hey, where's Among Us on the list? Yeah, exactly. Who are you people? To be fair, there are some love interests on this list that I do know. Like, I know of these people, but I haven't played the game, so I can't make a fucking judgment on them. But yeah, Otome fandom, eat your heart out. Exactly. There's so many people on here. I don't even know half these. Okay, here's another funny thing about this tier list is because they have some of the Chariots Otome games, but they don't have Mystic Messenger. Like, there's no Mystic Messenger boys on here. Like, what the hell? I saw Nightshade, let's go. Yeah, they have, like, of the ones that I recognize, like, they have Collar Malice is on here. Like, where's Collar Malice? Collar Malice is right here. Dandelion's right here. I haven't played it. What else do I recognize? But yeah, there's so many on here that most of these I don't recognize. I almost played Mr. Messenger. It's a mistake. I just got back into it. Don't do it. I just got back into it. It's hell. I just missed all the chat rooms for today, so I'm gonna get a bad ending. Yeah, I think that's all I recognize. Yeah. Yeah, there's all these boys. But we're just gonna judge the ones I sorted out. So, we're just gonna, so I am gonna start with, so here's my tier listing for this one. So S tier is my favorites, the ultimate of the ultimate husbandos for my Otome game addiction. A means I like them, but I'm not, like I'm not as dedicated as the S tier. My Yuri heart feels left out. It's Otome. It's just Otome over here. For B, it means, like, I think they're okay. Like, I think of them positively, but not much else. Like, I just think they're good. Thumbs up. Don't have much of another opinion about them. C means I have no opinion of them. I just think, yeah, they exist. I think they are dudes that exist in the world. D tier, I would bite their hand off, so I just don't like them for whatever reason. And then F tier, I want to run them over with my car, means they are my least favorites ever. So that means I fucking hate their guts. So we got an F tier in this listing. So we're gonna start with the Diabolic Lovers people, all F tier, so I'm just gonna move them all down here. Diabolic Lovers is a fucking horrible game. Never play it. I hate them. I watched the anime, and I hated every second of it. So all F tier. We're just gonna. So yeah, Diabolic Lovers, the entire cast, F tier. They're horrible. I was like, is that Diabolic? It sure is. So yeah, the entire cast of Diabolic Lovers. I only watched the anime. Ironically. I watched it to make fun of it. So, all of them are an F tier. They're, okay, Squishy, basically the appeal of Diabolic Lovers is that all of them are abusive, which people are into. I'm not gonna say anything against that. If you like fictional abusive boyfriends, go ahead. But God, it's bad. That's like the entire point of Diabolic Lovers is that they are abusive boyfriends. Is DMMD on here? No, DMMD is not on here. No dramatical murder is on here at all. It was only a Otome game, so DMMD isn't Otome. That's a BL game. So, unfortunately, we're not going to get my opinions on DMMD. Bible Black. No, that's not on here. Yeah. That actually might be why Mystic Messenger isn't on here, because Mystic Messenger has a female love interest. That might be why it's not here. That actually explains it. People are, like, picky about their romantic interest stuff. That explains it, actually. So, what should I do next? I think I'm gonna go into Amnesia, because we're not streaming that. So yeah, Amnesia is a weird one. I watched the anime for it. I do own it, but I got bored with it. Basically the appeal, I'm noticing a lack of rants. What? Okay. So, Amnesia is an Otome game where the appeal is that, the protagonist has amnesia and they are already in a relationship. So, when you start the game, you basically choose who you're dating, and you have amnesia, and you gotta figure shit out. And there's also, like, shit going on during this entire amnesia thing. It's, like, weird, sucks. So anyway, for Amnesia, Kent, I think, is neat. He is the only normal one out of the Amnesia cast. He's, like, the nerd who doesn't know his own emotions, like the kudere of the group, which I think that's neat. I think he's a neat boy. Great start. Yeah. So I do want to point out I've only watched the anime for this, so I have not played the roots of Amnesia, even though I do own the game. So you choose who you're already dating, or you have to figure out who you're dating. You choose who you're already dating. So, like, you start the game and you have amnesia, and you just choose which world you're in. Like, every route is an AU of each other, which I think is interesting. So, like, there's an AU where you're dating one boy, and an AU where you're dating another boy. You just choose your AU. So, I think that part of it is interesting. This guy, Shin, he's fine. His whole deal is that, like, he has daddy issues. From what I remember, he's like the tsundere with daddy issues. So he's fine, I guess. Walmart Lupin. Oh my god. Yeah, Walmart Lupin's okay. Who doesn't have daddy? I mean, that's true. For real, on God. Ikkyo, his thing is that he is so beautiful that he has a fan club. I would bite his hand off. I don't like him. He's very, he was very, like, what's the word for it? Very, like, I don't know, braggy, I guess? That's not the correct word, but that's what I'm thinking of. I don't like him, though. Yes, he's conceited. Because, like, his thing, in the anime at least, is that he basically has a curse where everyone except the protagonist, like, as soon as they see his eyes, they fall in love with him. So, and the protagonist is the one who's never affected. So it's basically a Twilight situation with that route. Oh, Asa, thank you so much for the gift sub. Squishy, please enjoy your emotes. But yeah, that's his thing in Amnesia. Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah. So, I don't like how conceited he is. And yeah, fuck, I forget his name. The green-haired boy. Tenten, do you remember this dude's name? Ukyo? I think. His name's Ukyo. I think it starts with an U. Finally, I can unlurk. Hi, Asa. Nope. Okay, but I would also bite his hand off. He's like evil sometimes. Like sometimes he kills the love interest, but apparently on his actual route, he's pretty wholesome. I would still bite his hand off though, because I don't like that in my I don't like that. So anyway, the final love interest for Amnesia is Toma. If anyone has played Amnesia or knows about Amnesia and knows who Toma is, you will know why I want to run him over with my car. So his thing, Toma is the yandere, and it's kind of a meme-worthy thing for Otome game fans, but he puts regardless of your, like, affection for Toma, he puts you in a cage. Like, that's part of his route, is that he puts you in a cage, and I fucking hate it. I hate this man so much. It have onto boys that won't put you in a cage. Anyway, let's move on to boys who won't put you in a cage. Tomoe in a Tomo game, Tomo is yandere. No! Yeah, so if you pick the Toma route, he will put you in a cage. So don't play his route. It's not kinky, actually. It's really not. Okay, what should I do next? This is gonna be a quick one because I haven't finished this game yet, but I'm gonna do the Cupid Parasite. I'm actually playing through it right now. I just entered my first route. Yeah, Cupid Parasite. I'm playing it right now. I think it's fucking hysterical, by the way. It is hilarious. It is so funny. But basically, the plot of Cupid Parasite is that you are essentially a matchmaker, and all of the love interests in Cupid Parasite, they have extreme flaws to the point that nobody wants to marry them, and you're trying to figure out, like, trying to get them married, but also you're going to marry them. But I have only played the common route, and I'm getting into the start of the Shelby route, so that's kind of where I'm going for. But all of them are hysterical. Easy fix, marry them all, done. Exactly. So yeah, I can't remember most of their names off the top of my head, but here's Lovelorn Parasite. I know their titles. So his deal is that he is in love with you, and he never got over you. Like, you were like, you lived together in college, and he never got over you, but he never confessed to you. I would bite his hand off. He needs to back the fuck off. Shelby is the route that I'm currently on. He is basically, he is like trying to find someone who will help him in his business. I think he's fucking hilarious, but I think he's neat right now. This one, he is the obsessed parasite. So he is very obsessed with Greek mythology, and he won't stop talking about it, and that's why nobody wants to marry him, because he won't talk about anything other than Greek mythology. He's also a himbo, so I think he is also very neat. And then we have, this is the thieving parasite. So, thieving parasite, he only wants to fuck girls who are already in a relationship. Green guy is such a fucking bastard. Yes. Can't stop talking about mythology and people call me a himbo. I mean, that's you. We found you if you're in an Otome game. Himbo. He's Zeus, he just horny. He's not even Zeus, though. Wow, Ner, hi, good evening. Hi, Gabriel, how you doing? Hope I'm a fantastic one. So yeah, so this is the thieving parasite, where he only wants to fuck girls who are in a relationship, which kind of puts a damper on the whole getting a wife thing. I want to run him over with my car. He's funny. I want to run him over with my car. And then we have the, forget the title, but he's the one who wants, this guy is the one who wants to, he only wants perfection. He wants the most beautiful. He's a little shit. Would bite his hand off, but, you know, he's funny. All the love interests in Cupid Parasite, I think, are hilarious. So, yeah, his design's really fun, but he only likes people who are beautiful. And it's actually fucking hilarious, 10/10. Like, it's funny. I don't like him, but I would still go on his route. Just because he's so funny. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put him in C tier. I don't dislike him too much. Because you learn a little bit about him in the common route, which, like, I just remember now, like, oh yeah, I do think he's kind of sympathetic, so I think he's gonna be in C tier. He's perfectly okay. All the love interests in Cupid Parasite have their flaws. So yeah. I think next we're gonna get into some familiar territory. For those of you who watch the Otome read-throughs, I'm gonna do the Code Realize section now. So let's do Code Realize next. So, starting off, I'm just gonna do Lupin. Lupin's A tier. Lupin's great. I love Lupin. Lupin's actually the reason I got into the game, because Brevi and Moji were like, you have to play this game. Look, this guy's your type. And I was like, aw, damn it, he is. And I played the game. played the game specifically for Lupin. But he's only A tier for him. I love him. He's my second favorite husbando in that game. He's great. He's such a dumb, smart man. I love him. He's great. Next we have Impy. I think he's neat. Impy is really sweet. He's a little much, though. Impy is much. He's a lot to handle in the game. Because he always, like, tries to say how much he loves the protagonist and stuff. It's just a little much for me. He's still very sweet. He's very big personality, though. He's a lot to handle. But he's very sweet. I like him. We have Van Helsing S tier. Van Helsing's my favorite. I don't want to say too much because we're about to do his route, and once we're done with Cafe Enchanté, we're actually going into his route, so I don't want to say much about it, but God. So, my least favorite trope in Otome games is tsundere. So I actually played, when I first started playing Code Realize, I went after Van Helsing first because I thought I would hate his route. Because I always hate Tsuns, and I really didn't like him in the common route. So I was like, I'm going to get him first, so I can just get him over with and find a guy that I actually like. Then I played his route and I fell in love. So, yeah, he was one of the characters that, like, immediately, like, flipped, like, I played his route, then I was like, but he's my husband now, how do I move on? I played my favorite already, I didn't even know I was doing that. So yeah, Van Helsing, favorite. You're gonna see why in the route we're gonna play soon on the read-throughs. It's gonna be fun. Then we have Fran, Victor. I also think he's neat. He's very sweet. I like him. You might notice that, like, most of the Code Realize characters are on the top level of my tier list, which is for a reason. I do really like it. I like all of them. I get the scurry on the wall for the next year. I can't wait. You're gonna be fucking, gonna be a gremlin. It's gonna be great, 10/10. I can't wait for it. Honestly, I can't wait for a lot of, knowing the characters that are on the Van Helsing route, I'm beyond excited to hear everyone's voice performance. Especially because, Moji gets to voice more of, what's his name? He's the old guy. She gets to voice more of the old guy. I think that's gonna be fucking hysterical. It's gonna be great. Then we have, Saint Germain, D tier. I still don't like Saint Germain. The read-through made me like him a little more, but he's still D tier for me. I don't like him that much. And honestly, like, I would be perfectly happy never playing his route again. Yeah, Saint DG, I liked him more when we read it together on the Tuesday read-throughs, but God, it's still D tier. I don't like him that much. Okay, And you might also be noticing that Herlock Sholmes is on a fan disc. On a fan disc for Code Realize, he does have a route. It's like a bonus route for the original game that's like got included. So, but he's fine. I haven't played his route because I never got to it on the fan disc. I think it's in Future Blessings that he has a route, but it's not in the original game. I never played it. I'll probably play it at some point, but he's there. He's fine. He's Herlock Sholmes. You know, the meme name. Yeah, that's my opinions on that. Let's get into the pigeons. He's a fucking weirdo. All I can think is he is. Herlock Sholmes is a fucking weirdo. So let's get into the pigeons. So most of these guys, I just think they're okay. So a lot of these are going to be C tier boys. I don't remember most of their names. But I did play Hatoful Boyfriend at some point, so I did have to include them because I have played it. But I don't have much to say because it has been a while, but most of these are just like okay birds. These are all okay. The doctor, I want to run over with my car. We don't like the doctor in this household. So is John Cena on this tier list? No! John Cena's Sexy High School Adventure is not on this tier list. Oko-san is S tier, sorry. Oko-san is the best boy. He is literally just a pigeon. But literally best boy. But the rest of them are just like, none of them stood out to me. Except for Oko-san and the horrible doctor man. But yeah, that's my opinions for Hatoful Boyfriend. Oko-san, always S tier. He will get his pudding one day. They're certainly atomic characters. They certainly are. That's what I was asking. Is he just a pigeon as a pigeon? Yeah. He's literally a pigeon. He's just a pigeon. Okay, what should I do next? So, I'm gonna get the weird one out of the way, because, to my surprise, so, one of my favorite mangas of all time is called Fushigi Yugi Genbu Kaden. Fushigi Yugi got, a Japanese-only DS Otome game, and somehow, it wound up on this tier list. So, somehow, the Otome game based off of the prequel manga to Fushigi Yugi got on this tier list, but Mystic Messenger did not. So, these are mainly characters from Fushigi Yugi Genbu Kaden. And I guess I'm going to rate them based on the manga. So they're all the way at the bottom here. But I forget most of their names, but I know them by sight. But this is the guy... This is the guy who, if you look in his special powers, that you look into his eye, he does some freaky shit, I think he, lets you see the future, not to see the future, he, sees your, greatest fears. So, when you look into his eyes, you see your greatest fears. Can't wait for that Element game to be on here. Oh god, the Element game. It's not even out yet. I'm excited, but it's not even out yet. There hasn't been any news on them. But I think I would smooch him I would definitely smooch this boy from the manga. This guy down here is a villain. I thought that his inclusion as a love interest was interesting because he's a eunuch. So, and I don't think he has any interest in girls in the manga or guys. So, I always thought he was asexual, and he's also a eunuch. So, he's a villain now, but I didn't like him in the manga, so I would bite his hand off. But, this guy is game only. He was made for the game, so I'm just gonna... It's fine. And this is also a game only one, so he's also fine. Then I think his name is Toma as well. Tomite? No, this is Tomite. Tomite, he makes his special power is that he has control over water. And I don't like him because he's a Soon, so I would bite his hand off. Then we have, he's the main love interest of Fushigi Yugi Genbu Kaden. I think he's great. His special power is that he turns into a girl. So, he is a gender fluid queen. So, I'm also gonna put him in, B tier. Just because I like them. I like them a lot. But, that's the weird one. That's the weird, Fushigi Yugi Genbu Kaden, dating sim. Yeah, but Mystic Messenger isn't on here. But the fucking Fushigi Yugi dating sim is on here. I don't know why. It's driving me fucking insane. Okay, so anyway, yeah, plus 10 to attractiveness, I guess. I don't know what you're talking about, but, let's get into, like, I'll do something more from the top here. So we're gonna do Bustafellows, just because it's another one I don't know too much about. So, for Bustafellows, the scummy lawyer, I think he's gonna be my favorite. I also think this guy, he's like the Angie one. So, I've only played the chapter 1. Only chapter 1 so far. So, scummy lawyer's so funny. I think he's gonna be great. So, I'm putting him in A tier already. I think I'm also gonna like this guy, so I'm gonna put him in also an A tier. I think I'm gonna like him. Helvetica, I remember his name. This is Helvetica. I want to run him over. I don't like the vibes of Helvetica, and he's the only one I remember the name for. So I don't think I'm gonna like him. He's the plastic surgeon. I don't think I'm gonna like him at all. This guy, he was the mortician? Yeah, this guy's the mortician. I think he's gonna be okay. I don't think I'm gonna have much of an opinion on him. And this is the computer guy. So, computer guy, I'm believing... I think he's gonna be neat. Because I thought he would... I wanted to steal his lunch money, so, which is a good sign. So, B tier. Okay, so next I'm gonna do Dance with Devils. This is another one I only watched the anime for, so this is not localized in English. The actual novel isn't available for us. I don't think it's gotten a fan translation yet. So, yeah. So Nur will pick those she boldly noted. Oh my god, Scully. Scully. Okay. So, Dance with Devils, it was a Dome game adaptation that was released in 2015? I think it was, that's when the anime started airing. So, I have a weird relationship with Dance with Devils. It's down here, it's this row over here. But, Dance with Devils, it's so weird because I don't like most of the characters in Dance with Devils, but I really like the protagonist. So, the entire time I was watching the anime, specifically to see how the protagonist was doing. So I'm staring at the Enchanted voice so intensely, I'm curious. We'll do that after Dance with Devils. We'll get to it soon. But yeah. So, let me check my... Oh, we're already at the end of my fucking soundtrack. Let me pull up another soundtrack. I was playing the Wild Arms soundtrack, but it was 2 hours long. So, actually, I'll just restart it. I like Wild Arms. We're just gonna restart it. If it lets me. Or it'll load. That's fine, too. It can just load and not play any music. That's fine. Okay. Sorry, I'm like looking at music to play. Actually, I'll just pull up. I'm gonna pull up Nier Automata. We're just gonna do relaxing and emotional Nier Replicant Automata music. We'll just do that. That's fine. Alright, there we go. Let's just sit here in silence. No. There we go. Alright. Another completely different vibe, because we went from Western PS1 era game to very chill shit. So let's go. But yeah, so Dance with Devils, most of these guys I fucking hate, but I got really into it for the protagonist. So keep that in mind as we're going into that. So the story of Dance with Devils is that the protagonist, one day she comes home and her mom is missing and has been attacked by mysterious vampires, and she basically gets wrapped up with some like demon devil people, because like vampires and devils are like enemies for some reason. I forget the plot, but I was engaged in the anime because of the protagonist specifically. So all these are like demons, vampires, or devils, and I'm going to share some weird shit about them. Sheesh, the mom got sucked. She sure did. Okay, so this is Rem. Rem is the main boy. He has the personality of a cardboard box, so he's fine. But literally, his personality, he has no personality, but somehow he is the main love interest. It sucks. Anyway, we have Lindo. Guys like Lindo? Do you guys think he's an attractive little boy? He's your brother. So, the story about Lindo is that he was raised as your brother, but the plot twist in his route is that I'm not actually your brother. I'm your cousin. I'm your first cousin. So, yeah, so he raised as your brother, but it turns out that he's only your first cousin. Fucking F tier. I hate him. I hate it when that happens. I hate it when my brother gets feelings for me, but he turns out to be my first cousin instead. Oh boy. Shiki. This is Shiki. F tier. Shiki, like, his big thing is that he's, what is it called? Masochist? When you like being hurt? Yes, he's a masochist. It's disgusting. F tier. Bye bye, guys. We'll talk later there. Bye, Saf. Thank you for stopping in. Hope you have a great one. So yeah, Shiki, his big thing is that he's a masochist. So, F tier, I don't want to talk about him. This is the flirtatious one. I forget his name, but he's also F tier. But his big thing is that he's a big flirt, and I don't like him. This is Mage. He's the tough guy. He's also a little bit stupid. A tier. He's the only one I like out of the cast. And then we have, he's not, the name of that Rem, but it's something with an R, but he turns into a dog. So I think he's fine. He's like the bonus route out of Dance with Devils, but you don't get to see much of him in the, anime. Also, apparently the anime did him dirty, so I can't really make a big assumption about this boy, but I'm just gonna, he's neat. I would probably play his route if I got the chance to, if this game ever got localized, but yeah. But let's get into Cafe Enchanté, which is the game we're currently reading through, on Tuesdays. So, Cafe Enchanté is, if you have not been watching the read-through streams of this one, basically you come to own a cafe, and all of the regulars are fantastical creatures and also an old man. So, oh yeah, like that old man right over here. Thank you, Orwin. So, we are reading through this right now. We're currently on the Canis route. I've only played, if we're including, Canis, then, got a Cressida. So, I've only played Canis's, not Miser. I've only played this route, and I've only played this route. I played this one personally. So, I'm just gonna get through the ones I haven't played the routes of first, and then we're gonna move on to the ones I actually know. So, Ignis Carbunculus, voiced by Tenten Arcade. I'm starting to get the sense that you wish to deal some vehicle-based damage there, Ner. A little bit. Just a little bit. Hands you a steak. Exactly. Hands you a steak. Hands you a B tier 10-10. I think Ignis is neat. I feel like his route has a lot of blood and gore, though. So I'm a little afraid of his route. So yeah, B tier for Ignis, Carbunculus. I feel like there's going to be a lot of, like, blood and gore in that one. He's a B tier, but yeah, exactly. But 10-10 is S tier. Everyone who voices in the read-throughs are all S tier. So all of us are S tier. Matcha, S tier. Emoji, S tier. Brevi, also S tier. We just happen to voice some low-quality characters sometimes. He's also Soon, which is not great, but he's cute. Exactly, like, he's Soon, but I think I'd give him a chance. Again, I usually hate tsunderes, but also my favorite is a tsundere, so who knows. I'm not a fan of Soons, except for Van Helsing, I guess. Eel, he's fine. Eel's fine. I'm not liking the fact that, like, you have to kind of baby him, so that's kind of a negative on Eel. Also, if I have to deal with Dromi on his route, I'd probably go... I wanted to... Yeah, like, Eel had some promise, but after that wild chapter in the common route, it's like, oh, I'm not... I don't know how I feel about you now, buddy. So yeah, Eel is a solid C tier. He's okay. I'd have to play his route to see if he would win me over one way or the other, but I think he's perfectly in the middle for this one. Miser, I'm getting sussy vibes from him. I feel like, I don't know about Miser. I think I'm gonna put him in like C tier, because I'm not sure the vibes I'm getting off of this boy. Like, he's kind of suspicious, which he kind of gives me Lupin vibes. However, it's like in a negative light with Miser. He is the very last route. He does care about us, but, like, the vibes, though. The vibes of this man. I'm not liking them. So, like, I feel like it's like Lupin, but negative. If you know what I mean. So, I'm gonna have to wait. Again, with Eel and Miser, I am gonna have to wait until I play the route. So, yeah. Fair. Okay, let's get into Canis. I think Canis is great. he's total himbo energy. I'm loving Canis so far. I'm afraid of when his route switches into high gear, though. I'm afraid of what's gonna happen. But right now, A tier, he's so dumb. I just love this man. Alright. But yeah, I can't wait to see what happens in the rest of his route. But I think he's stupid. I love that. It's great. Okay. Alright. Here's the old man. Sorry late to the party, but I'm sorry, is this Diabolic Lover slander? Zokin? Yes. Yes. It is Diabolic Lover slander. Just a second. Yeah. Just a second. I'll get back to Rindo in a little bit. I fucking hate Diabolic Lovers. As a personal opinion, I don't like Diabolic Lovers. It's not my thing. If you like Diabolic Lovers, that is completely fine. It is not my thing. But it's all in F tier. Sorry. Anyway, back to Rindo. So, Rindo. I did play his route as my tester route, because it seemed like his route was, like, in the middle. It was, like, a good middle ground for all the routes that were presented to me. So I was like, okay, makes it easy for me. Valid, but I disagree and will die on this hill, but I agree with Fedora Guy. Okay. Oh yeah, Fedora Guy is the worst. But out of Diabolic Lovers, if there was like a F- tier, Lito would be there. So yes, that is correct. So yeah, S tier. Okay, I really liked, I don't want to say any spoilers for Rindo's route, but it's really good. I did enjoy it. You have 10-10? 10-10. Do you have to say something to me right now? Tenta, do you want to say something to me about my preferences in love interest? Okay, he's an old man. Okay, I get it. I get it. He's an old man. But his root's really good. There's actually, like, there's some things that people have said in the read-through so far that, like, actually, like, I've had to, like, bite my tongue because I know what happens in his root. So he is very silly, and he's very dumb and very silly. Also, his root is very intense. It is extremely intense. So a lot of things happen, and God, it's a roller coaster. It could have used another chapter, though, which is a complaint I think I'm going to maintain for Cafe Enchanté, but his route went from 0 to 100, and it felt like a little too quick, so it needed an extra chapter, but very good route. Yeah. Intense and axes barfing on itself. Yeah. That's the entire route, though. So yeah, let's see. What are we gonna do next? So I think we're just gonna go into the Kamigami no Asobi. So Kamigami is a god dating sim. Essentially, you the protagonist are taken away by Zeus. I have this on my list. Actually, there's a fan translation being worked on right now that's almost done for Kamigami. So Kamigami fan translation may come out soon. So I watched the anime for Kamigami, and I really enjoyed it. I have not played the game though, so I don't know the specific routes, but but I do know the characters, so I can make a fair judgment on them. Asking for a friend, who's the last red-haired guy in B tier? Oh, that is Ignis. He is a character in Cafe Enchanté, which we're currently reading through right now on Tuesdays. Yeah, that is Ignis Carbunculus. 1010 voices him in the read-throughs. So he is a tsundere beast boy thing, I guess. Yeah. So I did watch the anime for Kamigami. Kamigami anime is very, very good. So if you want an Otome game based anime to play, I highly recommend Kamigami. It's very good. I just make him sound like Raiden, but obsessed with steak. Yeah. Aha! Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so for Kamigami, there's a lot of all of these. I forgot. I didn't finish my explanation on the plot, but basically you're taken away to a special high school-esque college thing by Zeus because all of the gods have kind of lost touch in humanity, and they need to be taught how to interact with humanity again. And you're brought there to teach all of these gods how to act. So that is the plot, and then you fall in love with a god. So I'm back. I couldn't be away from the lovely nerd. Oh, Saf, welcome back. Oh. So yeah, let's get into Kamigami. This is Anubis. Anubis is sweet. 8 C tier though, because there's also like, I'm not sure if I would like a root with him, but I think he's a good character. This is Throth. He's another Egyptian god, but I have to put him in B tier. He like runs the library, and he's like one of the secret routes in the game, I think. Forget this. This was the mascot. So I don't know why he's on this list. I'm assuming his name is Melissa. Oh yeah, his name is Melissa. And he's like your helper through this god school. And he's like a titan, I think, like a miniature titan, but I think he turns into a human in the game on a secret route. No. I don't think I'm gonna date this man. This is Dionysus. I think he's a secret route, or a route that was added in later versions of Kamigami. He wasn't really featured in the anime, so I don't know much about him. But, you know, it's Dionysus, so, you know, B tier. Can't go wrong with Dionysus. Yeah, Wine Boy. That was his thing. He drinks all the time. It's great. This is Amaterasu. Amaterasu was not in the anime, so I don't know anything about Amaterasu. But I know that Amaterasu's thing is that he dresses as a girl, but identifies as a boy. So it's probably gonna be cringe when I play it. Not great. But here we go. And here is Thor, another one that was added in later down the line, but I think he's also pretty neat, so gets in B tier. This is Apollo. Okay, this is Apollo. He's the main boy, so like the main love interest of Kamigami is Apollo. He's very cheerful, so I just think he's okay. Like, kind of the thing where he doesn't have anything going for him except for how cheerful he is and how happy he is, so, you know, he gets C tier. I forget his name. Tsukiyomi? I think his name is? Exactly. Happy people are boring. You heard it here first. When it comes to my Otome games, yes, I'm sorry, Squishy. So he is Tsukiyomi, I believe, and his thing that he's just like very shy and silent. Not shy. He's not shy at all, but he's very silent. So he's fine. This is Hades. As soon as I say the quality of Hades, he is like the very, like, he's Apollo's uncle. So he's older than the other characters. And also he's very sad. Is he sus? A little. He's a little. Not like sus in a way, but he's like sus in a way that he like tries to hide things. But, yeah. He's my favorite out of the group. So yeah, S tier. Yeah. Anyway, God, what is his name again? This is one of the Japanese gods, but he's very angry. I don't like him, so D tier. Not F tier, but D tier. I think, fuck, what is this, Greek god name? No, this is not Greek, this is, Nordic. Sad good, Anki no good, got it. It depends on how it's handled. Angi, but not in a fun way. Yeah, it's not in a fun way. He, like, just yells at you for no reason, so that's why. Is it Freyr? No, it's the one started with B. Balder? Is that correct? Scully, my expert? Yes, he's Balder. Yes. So this is Balder. So, I'm not exactly sure how to feel about Balder, because in the anime he gets vaguely yandere towards you. But he's otherwise a very nice gentleman. So, D tier, because I don't like yanderes. The most beautiful god he is yeah, he's a yandere in this game, Scully. Then we have Loki. This is actually Brevi's favorite. So if you want to know Brevi's preferences in this game, this is Brevi's favorite. He's the trickster. Obviously, it's Loki. So, I mean, I think he's okay. He also is very, very protective over Balder, which I don't think Balder deserves as a yandere. So he's also a bastard. He's also a bastard. I think normally he would be B tier, but because he's very protective over a yandere, he's C tier. So yeah. Loki and Balder in the same game. Oof, wait. Yeah, he's a little bastard. Keep in mind, Scully, a lot of these is not going to be accurate. Protective over Balder and Norse mythology kills Balder. Well, okay. Spoilers on a route in Kami Kami no Wasobi is that death is involved in some of these routes involving Balder. So, yeah. I don't mind spoiling that, but yeah. Let's get into I'm actually gonna do the Heart no Kuni no Alice ones. So for some reason this game did not include the characters from the original Heart no Kuni no Alice. They included it they included the characters as how they appear in Spade no Kuni no Alice, which is the newest one that Automate did. But it's not entirely one-to-one with the original games. Well, I was talking about actual North to Solidity. I'm so sorry, I had no clue. No, it's funny. I think it's funny. Looky gender fluid canon. So yeah, if you've ever played Good Alert for a bit, have a good lurk 1010. So, if you were ever in a bookstore and you looked at the manga section in like the 2010s, you would see all of these mangas for Alice in the Country of Hearts. So all of those mangas were based on a series of visual novels that were released from like 2010 until the company went bankrupt in around 2017. So all of those mangas are how I know about the game. Yeah, I read some of those. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. So, the company did go bankrupt in around 2017 or it's either 2017 to 2019 when the company went bankrupt. And then the property was acquired by Automates, which is a very, like, illustrious otome game, company. And they made a new game for it. Yeah, I saw those when I was a wee lad, so no, I'm a slightly less wee lass. Ah, I see. But yeah, if you ever saw those, if you've read those, this is what the characters are from. Might need to find this game for installed it. I have good news, Squishy. I have great news. So, Anniversary no Kuni no Alice, you can download for free with a fan translation. Which I don't think there's any danger of being taken down for copyright either. Because the company that was developing the games went bankrupt, the fan translators actually released it for free. So you can just download it. And I don't think Automate actually has the rights to the original game. So I can send you a link later if you want. So, yeah, it's Anniversary no Kuni no Alice that has a fan translation, and you can find it pretty easily and download it with an English patch. It is very well put together. The English translation is very well done. I'm actually planning on doing I'm planning on doing it at some point on Tuesdays. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. But it is basically the original version of Alice in the Country of Hearts. So it's kind of the original one in its purest form. And it's not going to be taken down because the company that owns the rights to that game no longer exists. So it's just kind of out there. I believe Automate only owns the rights to make new games. I don't think they have the rights to the old games. So you can just fucking play it if you want. But anyway, let's get into the rankings of these characters. So Heart no Kuni no Alice, it's basically an Alice in Wonderland themed Otome game. So all these characters are based off of characters in Alice in Wonderland, with some exceptions. There's one character that's an exception that's on this tier list, which is right here, which is a new character to Heart no Kuni no Alice. But this is, I believe this is Elliot Hare. He's the March Hare. I think he's great. I like the March Hare. He's very nice. Very, very nice. He's a sweet boy. Zokin, hope you have a good lurk. And I think he is A tier in this game. So, next we have Blood Dupree. He is the Mad Hatter in the Heart no Kuni no Alice universe. He is a fucking asshole. I want to run him over with my car. He is so rude and mean to the protagonist that I hate him. And F tier. Hate him. Hate his guts. Both of these are Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They were aged up. They were aged up for the newest game, so you could date them. Fucking hate them too. We're just gonna put them all in F tier. So, yeah. Technically, you can also, like, go on a route with them in the original game, but I'm not gonna talk about that. It's fucking gross. Anyway, we got the Boris, the Cheshire Cat. He lives in an amusement park, and he's very, like, very nice, very mischievous as well, because, you know, Cheshire Cat. So, Boris will go in B tier. So, B tier for Boris. This is Nightmare. He's an original, I believe, original character for Heart No Kuni no Alice. He only appears in your dreams. So when you dream, you meet Nightmare. And his thing is that he's, like, chronically ill. So half the time when you meet him, he's, like, hacking up a lung, which I think is a mood. Like, I think the first time you meet him in one of the mangas, he's, like, coughing up blood. It's like, oh. But I think he's okay. We have Peter White. He is the White Rabbit, aka the one that, like, lures Alice down the hole in the original story. He is also the reason why you're trapped in Wonderland in the Otoma game. I would also run him over with my car, so we're just gonna keep going with that. He's horrible. He's one of the characters that's very obsessive towards the protagonist, which I actually really don't like. So he's very much someone who, like, wants the protagonist's attention, will do anything to, like, make sure the protagonist is only kind of, like, pseudo yandere, but not. He's not yandere, but he's, like, the vibes are there. I want to voice him now, just be hacking up my lungs to play that character. No, Scully! You gotta take care of your voice! So yeah, Peter White, F tier, run him over my car. Then we have Ace. He is... What's his role in the Alice in Wonderland stuff? He is a knight. He's, like, the Queen's Knight in Heart No Kuni no Alice. His big thing is that he is very sussy. Okay, 1, very sussy. 2, gets lost very easily. 3, A tier. He's not an S tier rank, sorry. He's like helpful hard work folk. Yeah, I go hardcore like Damien. Don't go hardcore. You gotta take care of your voice. Taking care of your voice is like the ultimate thing for a streamer. You gotta take care of it. So yeah, let's go. Let's go into Pio Fiore, and we'll end off with Uta no Prince Sama. So, Pio Fiore is a game. If you saw me talking about an Otoma game on Twitter that I wasn't really enjoying, that's Pio Fiore. So I'm gonna judge this cast of characters right here. So Pio Fiore, it's set in 1920s Italy, and it is based on the mafia. So it is more of a darker Otoma game, and I'm actually going to set up a read-through of it. It's probably going to be after the Van Helsing route. We're going to be playing through it on one of the routes. It's going to be one of the few games where I'm going to set a route in advance and make sure we're on it, because oh boy, this game is something else. Something else. I think we're going to have fun with it, but it was something else. But yeah, Pio Fiore, it's basically like you are a special little... It's hard to explain the plot of Pio Fiore, because a lot of things happen, but basically, the protagonist lives in a church, but they're a very special little girl. Like, they have been chosen for some reason by the church, and, mysteriously one day during your everyday, like, church duties, something dramatic happens, and you wind up living with one of the mafia families that lives in town. You're either with the Falzone family, which 2 characters are involved with, the Lao Shu, which is the Chinese mafia, which 2 of the characters are involved with as well. The V something, I forget to pronounce their name, yeah, those are the only 3 that pop up, but, would not recommend. Yeah, so we're gonna judge them now. So, let's start out with Dante. Dante is I'm probably gonna write a review of this game, because God, I have so many thoughts about this game of how much they fucked up the entire thing. But, I love mobsters. You're not gonna like this game. If actually, Scully, if you want mobsters, I would actually recommend Alice in the Country of Hearts, because technically there's a mob family in Alice in the Country of Hearts. So do you want me to also DM you the link to that one? I would recommend that way over Pio Fiore. Yes. Alright, cool. You'll get that later. So, yeah, Dante from Devil May Cry. So, Dante's a weird one, because technically he's the canon love interest, but he's also one of the first love interests that you have access to, so he's not hidden at all, but he's the canon one, which is weird. I'm just gonna, like, say my opinions, and that'll give you a glimpse into how his route goes, and into how the game goes. So, Dante, when I originally played this game, his was actually pretty interesting. It was the reason why I got interested in the game to begin with. He is a very vanilla character, but he's heavily involved with the main plot of the game, which makes his route pretty interesting, pretty wild and wacky. A lot of interesting twists and turns happens that I was like, what the hell is even going on in this game? And when I played it, I put him on B tier. However, I'm going to put a huge however. His route is very vanilla. So, I originally put Dante at B tier. In a different route, not in his route, I'm just going to point that out. In a different route, on a bad ending, he does something so fucked up that I immediately put him in F tier. So, Dante is in F tier for a horrible thing he does in one of the other routes. Like, he went from B to F in, like, one single scene, and it's so fucked up that I almost don't want to, like, say it. Like, it's that bad. But, basically, I fucking hate him now. So, funnily enough, when we do a read-through of Pio Fiore, it will be Dante's route, because it's the safest. Like, if you don't know anything else about the game, he's perfectly okay. So, that is what I will say about Pio Fiore. So, let's just go into, Yang is the leader of the Lao Shu mafia in town. F tier. He's disgusting. He's horrible person. Want to run him over with my car. Like, a big thing about, Pio Fiore is that it is rampant with scenes of sexual assault, and often successfully. Yang's has a lot of that. So, F tier for Yang. But yeah. Nicola, he's fine. Nicola, he's fine as long as you don't play his bad end. If you don't play his bad end, he is a perfectly okay individual. So don't play his bad end, he is C tier. And Gilbert's another one where, as long as you don't... Actually, Gilbert's fine. Never mind. Like, he's fine. Like, his is fine, actually. It's fine. I tell myself. Yeah, Gilbert isn't too bad. Like, Gilbert's, like, a very personable guy. He is a villain of other, basically, one of the cool things about Pio Fiore that I do give it credit for is that, depending on your route, some characters will become, like, really bad villains, and some of them, they'll become your best friends. Gilbert is very intimidating as a villain, but also, like, if you're on his side, like, he's fine. So yeah, he's fine. Orlok is, I really like. Orlok was one of my surprise favorites. There is actually a theme with my favorites in Pio Fiore. And, my favorites in Pio Fiore involve them, hating the church. So I think there's a theme here. But Orlok has basically been manipulated by the church all of his life. And that's a running theme of his route. I thought his route was very engaging. He's very sweet. He's always very kind to the protagonist, which I really appreciated. And a lot of his route is just like him learning to respect himself because the church had treated him like shit his entire life. And I think that's neat. He's very sweet. I wish he was in a better game. He deserves a lot better than what he gets being in the game Pio Fiore. Then we have Henry. Henry is the secret route. So you don't really get to meet Henry unless you're on the last route of the game. And his isn't even a route. It's mainly like pull him out of it and put him in his own game. Done. Exactly. But yeah, Henry, I thought he was really interesting because, again, running theme here. He, like, his whole story is that he was essentially done bad by both the church and the mafia. So his goal is to destroy all of it, which means his goal is killing all of the love interests in Pio Fiore. And so for that, he gets S tier. So yeah, he was my favorite route in Pio Fiore, and I really thought his story was engaging, especially with his relationships to the church. And my favorite would probably be always Yang. I just find that man extremely entertaining. I see why people like Yang. I see why where the appeal is. He's just really not for me. But yeah, so Henry is my favorite in Pio Fiore, and he's the secret one. So it's never gonna be it. I wouldn't recommend playing the game for Henry. I just really like him because, like, oh my god, I got through this entire game, and at the end of the game, I got a good husband. It's finally. So yeah. And then we have one more game to get through for the husbands. And then we can move on to our last tier list of the stream. So, we have Uta no Prince Sama. Most people know Uta no Prince Sama from the anime, because that's the only thing that's been localized here. The actual dating sims have never been localized. So Uta no Prince Sama, basically you're trading idols. You're a producer for a bunch of idols, and all of them are quirky in some way. Gotta just look up Orlok's bad ending. Yeah, Saf. Do you know why I don't like Dante anymore? It's because of Orlok's bad ending. Don't look it up. It's not great. Dante does some fucked up shit in Orlok's bad ending, and I really like Orlok, so that immediately tanked him to F tier for Dante to F tier. God, that's another one that rings a bell. Yeah. So Uta no Prince Sama, it got 4 seasons of anime and a movie. So if you know Uta no Prince Sama for any reason, it's probably because of the anime. That's the only reason I know about it anyway. And basically you got a bunch of idols here that you can potentially date in the dating sim specifically. All of them get focus episodes and stuff in the anime series. So I do know them fairly well to have opinions on them, and I do have my favorites. So first we got Itoki. He's kind of like the boy next door kind of character. I think he's fine. He's perfectly okay, but he's not gonna be my favorite for anything. Natsuki, I believe his name is Natsuki. His thing is that he has a split personality, so he's very, very sweet, but if his glasses get taken off, then he becomes a bad boy. This is actually Moji's favorite of this one. I think he's also very okay. I don't have much of an opinion on Natsuki. I'm gonna go through Starish first. Masato. He is the kudere, so like very cold personality that warms up as you get to know him a little more. Here's gonna be a theme. I think a lot of them are just okay. I don't have much of a strong opinion on a lot of these characters in Uta no Prince Sama. Who else is in Starish? Ren. Ren. It's an R word, but I think it's Ren. So, glasses, the power they hold. Yeah, same here. If I take off my glasses, I go apeshit because I can't see anything. That's the secret. But his thing is that he's the big flirt. The typical, a lot of these characters are very like typical tropes for a lot of Otome games. So like you'll see all the tropes here, but Ren, he's just the flirty guy. He's still okay. We have Sho. That's the secret cap. I always couldn't see with my glasses. No. Okay. So this Sho, he's the kind of the very rough, rowdy guy. I actually put him in D tier because I don't like him. And also all of his songs are the worst. He has the worst songs out of all of Uta no Prince-sama. If he ever has a singing episode, I hate it. So, let's move on. This is Tokia. Tokia is like, he's more of like, God, how do I describe Tokia? Is that he's the one who's the experienced idol, and all he wants to do is do his own thing, but the idol industry tells him what to do because that's what makes them money. I think he's pretty neat. So Tokia gets B tier. Congratulations for escaping the C tier hellscape, Tokia. And then our last one for Starish. Starish is one of the groups in Uta no Prince-sama. It's Cecil. Cecil is my favorite. He's the one he's the secret route in the original game. And he's very sweet. He's like a very like sweet secret guy, and I like him. I just like him. He was my favorite when I first watched Uta no Prince-sama. He's like the magical boy. So that's his personality. He's magical. Let's see. So these are the seniors. So these are like the more experienced idols. And yeah, this is Canis. He's very serious, very, very serious boy. He's okay. And this is, what's his name? Ranmaru? This is Vel's favorite, I think. So I think this is Vel's favorite of the Uta no Prince-sama. But he's also like a very intense boy. He's also okay. And we have I. His personality is that he's a robot. He's a robot who doesn't know much about the world, and he's an idol too. Still C tier, but good for him. And last one is Reiji. Reiji is he's like the friendliest of them. He's also like the more senpai type. He's really eager to help everyone and make sure everyone's having a good time. So, not B tier. He's an S tier. He's my favorite out of Uta no Prince-sama. So yeah. I just really like Reiji. I think he's neat. And yeah. So that's our Otome game husbando list. So if you want to fight me on any of these opinions, go ahead. But they are my opinions and not yours. So yeah, all of mine are up here. And yeah, we have one more tier listing to go. We have RPG Maker 1, so let's move into that. Alright, so last one of the stream, and then we're gonna call it for 2022. Alright, I'm getting another swig of drink before I get into this one, but oh no. Great work on this huge undertaking, thank you. Okay, so you see Yik? I don't know what that means. So, for the RPG Maker, this isn't exclusively RPG Maker. This is mainly indie horror stuff that kind of gets lumped in with RPG Maker. So some of these aren't going to be technically RPG Maker, but they're still going to be included. I'll just like rank them anyway. But basically, for these games, we got S tiers, my favorites. These are the ultimate games I would recommend to anyone. A tier, it's just, they're good games that I would recommend. They're just just a hair away from being my favorites for one reason or the other. B tier, I think, is good. A good game with some flaws. C, I think, is a perfectly okay game. I got nothing more to say about that. And D tier is just my dumpster for, it's not for me. So, not to say that they are games that are necessarily bad, but they're not for me. Because there are some games on here where, like, I don't like them, but I see why people like them. So yeah. There are also a ton of games on this list that I have not played. So I'm also going to put these in interested, not interested, and never heard of. So if I'm interested in the game and I want to play it, I'm putting it in here. If I've heard of this game but I'm not interested at all, I'm going to put it here. And if I've never heard of it, this is a dumping around for games I've never heard of. This is going to be a big category at the end of this. And there's not much here. So we got all of these down here that we're going to sort out. But we're just going to go as they come up. So first off, we're going to start at Mad Father. So I did play Mad Father this year. I played the new remaster with extra bits in it. So that's on Steam. I do recommend picking up that version if you want to play Mad Father nowadays. But the free version is still up for free download if you want to experience the original version. But recommend playing the new one. I think it's good with some flaws, especially with the new content. Like, Mad Father is a good cheesy little game that I do really enjoy. However, the new content made me want more of it, and we're not gonna get more of it. Like, it did a little more deep dives into the ending of the game, and God, angry dad. That dad is so angry. But yeah, I think it's good with some flaws. I do recommend it, but if you want something that feels like a B movie, like, please, like a B level cheese fest horror stuff, I highly recommend it. It's so funny. It's funny, it's scary, it's good all around. Ao Oni, it's not for me. My personal opinion about horror games is that I like story, and I do not like games that are strictly for scares. And Ao Oni is mainly enjoyed if you're looking for a scare. Big Blue, yeah. So Ao Oni does have some really good scares in it. There are some like scares I'm remembering that are really, really effective, and I am impressed with it to this day. But its story is literally an excuse plot, and it doesn't really have a story other than like you're being chased by big monsters, you're trying to escape the mansion. So yeah, it's not for me. If you just want like something to scare you, it's good. Oh, hey RPG Maker, welcome back 1010. How you doing? Hope you had a good lurk. Okay, we're getting into a big row of games I have not played, so it's gonna be pretty quick. Doing good. That's good. Okay, so I never heard of this. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I've seen this face before, but I don't know. Go away. Yick. Do not. Okay. Okay, I'm I'm not gonna touch it then. Okay. Alright, then I'm not gonna... I don't even know what it is, but I'm not gonna find out then. To the Moon. It's a game that's up its own ass. Oh, so it's very pretentious? It's like thinks it's the shit? Is that correct? A correct assumption here? Yeah, okay. I don't want to play it then. To the Moon. I want to play it so bad. I need to play it though. I know it's gonna break me, so that's what's like holding me back from getting it and playing it myself, because I know it will break me based on everything I've heard about it. The man on the picture talks to himself for hours. Yeah, exactly. See, I'm seeing your reactions and I'm like, God, this will break me. I need to be in the right mindset for it. But yeah. Doggy Dinner Time. Never fucking heard of this game. I'm assuming it's horrifying. The creator got upset and thinks games are stupid because no one liked the game. Oh, so the creator's an asshole. I see. They think they know what game development is then, and take no criticisms. I see. Fuck them then. Okay, so, oh boy. Water no Hara is already up here, so I'm gonna have a lot to explain about this game. Um, First of all, Water no Hara B tier. I do really like it. I really, really like this game. However, I cannot in good conscience put it in A tier. Because it has some things, and we're going to discuss it a little more with the other games that are made by Deep Sea Prisoner. Because this is honestly the only game of theirs that I do really, really like. So, for those of you who don't know, Water no Hara is a very cute story that slowly becomes very fucked up, and in kind of the realm of Doki Doki Literature Club. Unfortunately, it handles its endings very poorly, and as in order to get the perfect ending, it forces you to watch all of the bad endings. And so, like, technically, the end of the game, you're given 3 options. However, you're only given one option at a time. So, like, you get one bad ending, you're like, okay. Then when you boot up the game again, you have 2 options. So you're like, okay, I'll pick the other option. That also leads to a bad ending. And then finally you get the third option that's only unlocked if you've seen the other 2 endings, which I really do not like from this game, because it forces you to see all the options that are laid out to you before you get the true ending. The reason why I'm so not happy with it is because one of the bad endings for Water no Hara involves a pretty, not explicit, but you know what's happening. It's very uncomfortable. It's a scene of sexual assault, and you have to kind of read through the entire thing in order to reach the true ending, which I do not like. Which one of the main themes of Water no Hara is, like, kind of recovery from that kind of thing. So there is another scene of sexual assault in the game that's a little earlier in it, but I think it was handled pretty okay based on the context. But God, I wish that wasn't a part of it. However, Water no Hara is getting a remaster that's going to be localized to English at some point. I am probably going to stream it, though. I'm going to censor some stuff in it. Like, there are scenes I am going to censor because, God, I don't want to read that. The game is pretty. I do recommend it. Just know, again, I cannot in good conscience recommend it without that warning that, like, hey, there are scenes of sexual assault in this game, and you're going to be forced to watch a very uncomfortable one near the end of the game. But I do plan on streaming this once the remaster is available in English, and I am going to be censoring that content. So, yeah, I can agree with that. Exactly. So, otherwise, I really like this game. It's just that, like, I can't put an A tier and be like, oh, I love this, but, yeah. Anyway, Grimm's Hollow, never heard of. Flesh, Blood, and Concrete? I don't believe I've heard... I have never heard of these games! God! Anyway, Alice Mare, B tier, great game. AWIT? Flesh. You need to play Flesh, Blood, and Concrete? I do? I've never heard of it. I don't know what it is. I like that one. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up later then so I can play it. Yeah, Alice Mare's great. It's good with some flaws. Like, it's been a while since I played this, but it's like, it's a great story, but afterwards you don't really remember much of it. It's one of those kind of things where it doesn't kind of stick with you afterwards, but it's still a good time when you're playing it. So, yay, good. I've heard of Rekinder. I do want to play it. Imposter Factory, I still do want to play. It's by the same people who made it To the Moon, I believe. So I do want to experience that too. Bevel's Painting, I have heard of. I am interested in. Where's the rest of the Hello Charlottes? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it one at a time. I'm gonna sort these all. Come on. I gotta rate these all at once. There's one more. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Hello, Charlotte. It if you follow Matcha, you might know that like me and Matcha have been playing through all 3 of these games recently every Wednesday. By the way, follow Matcha, please. We play games together every Wednesday. To the Moon, Finding Paradise, and Impossible Factorial. Great, I want to play all of them. But yeah, thank you for the shout out. But, so, we played these. All 3 of them are S tiers. These are fantastic games. I was routinely blown away by them. They made me sob on stream. Specifically, this one made me sob on stream. They're great. If you like Amori, highly recommend playing all 3 of these. Please be in the correct mindset to play it, though, because they get really intense, especially the further you get into the series. They will break you, but you will feel good afterwards. Thank you for a shout out and your thumb. No, thank you for... No. Thank you for having me on your streams to play these amazing games with you. Ha! You're on my turf now. You're getting complimented. Fuck you. Oh god, I need to find more music again. We're just gonna do a Persona 5 jazz mix. Hey, let's go. Back at ya. Hey. But yeah, so all 3 of these games, fantastic. Please play them if you feel that you are in the mindset to play it. Again, it made me sob not openly. I hope it didn't sound that way, but I did sob on stream for Hello Charlotte episode 3. It's very intense. Anyway, Paranoiac, I do want to play it. Wait. I'm interested in watching it. I cannot play this one. This one has a lot of jump scares. But, so sometimes when I say interested, I mean like interested asterisks in watching it. I don't want to play this myself because, but yeah, Paranoiac, it's by the same person who made Crooked Man, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but I'm very interested in playing it. It's one of their first earlier games, so I know it's the one with the most warts, so it has a lot of flaws compared to their later productions, but it seems very interesting, so I'm interested in it. Then we have Crooked Man. Crooked Man, it's a B tier, solid B tier. Me and Matcha revisited it earlier this year. And Crooked Man, I still really think it's a good game. I really, really like it. I'm going to say this about all of this game creators' games, is that they write great stuff. I forgot. It's been a while since I clipped something. Are links allowed in chat? Yes, they are. They are allowed. So feel free. Yeah, it was a really good time. You're on my turf. Thank you, Scully, for the clip. But yeah, a lot of the flaws of this creator's games is that their puzzles are not really logical, so they become games that you really need a guide to find your way through. So it's not like it's too smart for you. It's just that like the puzzles aren't like logically laid out for you, so you wouldn't think of it to begin with. So yeah. So that's why it's not an A tier. I would otherwise put it in A tier. We have Witch's Heart. This is by the same creator as Alice Mare, which I do want to play at some point. Dreaming Mary, I have heard of. I am interested in it. Mother. It's from Nintendo. So Mother, I'm not interested in. It's gonna be controversial, my opinion on the Mother series. But yeah, I'm not interested in playing Mother. They are very influential games. I love all the games that are influenced by the Mother series, but I actually don't like the Mother series that much. So I haven't played this. I'm not interested in it. Scent of Mother. So, this is Mermaid Swamp. I am interested in this. There's another game by Crooked Man creator. I am interested in this a lot. I think the plot of this one is interesting. It's basically like you go to a haunted place where there's apparently mermaids have lived there. Have you tried 3? I have not. Is 3 an improvement over Earthbound? Okay, Eloquent Countenance, never heard of. Enzroll, I have heard of. I'm vaguely interested in that one. Never heard of this one. Finding Paradise, I want to play. Dot Flow, I don't know much about it, but I'm assuming I'm gonna like it. 3 is devastating. Oh no. Uh-oh. We just like really devastating games, huh? Okay, this is one I can talk about, because this is the Forest of Drizzling Rain. It recently got a remaster on Steam, but it's only available in Japanese on Steam right now. But it's going to get an English patch at some point. And when that English patch releases, I'm actually interested in it. So Forest of Drizzling Rain is by the same person who made Angels of Death. And I hate Angels of Death, but I'm interested in this one. I hate Angels of Death, but it had so many positives. I'm interested in seeing if something else by the same creator is actually good. So I want to give it a chance. Adding it to so many games to the list. Oh god. Y'all, me and Matcha's list to play on his channel is so long right now. We have so many games we want to play. 811, I've never heard of this. Palm gets Wi-Fi. A tier. For those of you who weren't on the internet, around 2012, it was like 2012 or 2014, I want to say. This is a meme-worthy RPG Maker game that it feels like a time capsule nowadays. Oh, damn, that will look so good. I'll wait the English. Yeah, it looks really good. But it's only available in Japanese now. Ebe released the same way. So if you remember the Ebe remaster, it was initially released in Japanese only on Steam, and you had to wait for a patch. So I'm just waiting for the patch now. But yeah, Palm gets Wi-Fi. Great game. It's a time capsule to 2010 internet culture, and I think it's hilarious. Even though most of the shit in that game has aged horribly, it is a great fucking time. You remember how, like, it reminds you of your cringe back in the youths. Back when you were in, like, a simpler time. Cold Front, never heard of. Dweller's Empty Path, I have heard of, I really want to play. This is by Temmie. If you know Temmie's work. I think Dweller's Empty Path is a sequel to another game on this list. Let me grab it. Because I know it's here. Yeah, this one. It's a sequel to this game. And I want to play both of them. Yeah, so both of these games are by Temmie. Like, from what I understand, they're very short games, but apparently they're pretty good. This is The Grey Garden. It's another game by the same creator as Wada Nohara and the Deep Blue Sea. Grey Garden's not for me. The problem with the Grey Garden is that it's boring. Like, you take all the cutesy stuff from Wada Nohara and don't do anything with it, you get Grey Garden. What are they called? Those two games you added on Interested. This is Dweller's Empty Path, and I forget the name of this one because you can't read it here. But if you look up Dweller's Empty Path, you will get a link to this one. So, yeah. All you need to know is Dweller's Empty Path will lead you to this one. But this is the first game to play. This is Hello Hello. I don't think I'm too interested in Hello Hello. I know the big draw of Hello Hello is that it's like more of a spook fest than actual plot stuff. Like, the whole plot of it is like getting spooked, and I'm not too interested in that because of how I am with horror games. I can't do it that much. So, yeah. Hello Hello World, never heard of it, but look, I like the art from the icon, so. Oh, it's from Temmie, I know that. Yeah, it's Temmie. You always gotta have Temmie. Okay, so, okay. Alright, you know what? Just a second. I see the next, I'm seeing the next, item on our list. Cut the fucking music. Cut the fucking music. We're talking about Hetalia now. Okay, so this is Heta Oni. I have streamed this. I did stream this before I became a VTuber. I did stream this. It's a Hetalia fan game. So, 1010, you remember this, right? Because you watched me stream this in the pre-VTuber days. So, Heta Oni is an interesting one because, yeah, wait, what? Yeah, it's a Hetalia horror game. Genuine psychic damage. We all receive psychic damage from it. So for a little bit of a background, in the Hetalia community of people who liked Hetalia, making fan games was actually a thing, and a lot of Hetalia fan games were made in that era of internet. And Heta Oni is the most famous of them all, to the point where there are people who are still genuine fans of Heta Oni and are no longer Hetalia fans. Like, they prefer Heta Oni over Hetalia, which I think is interesting. But it got a basically the original game was never completed, and someone decided to make an actual complete version of the game, and I got so much psychic damage from that game. For all its flaws, Heta Oni is it is very passionate. Yeah, like, and honestly, like, for all of its warts, I was enjoying myself for half the game. And then it got into the original concept that the person who remade the game put into it. But yeah, basically it is a mashup if you put the Hetalia characters in Ao Oni. So it's basically if Ao Oni had a plot with Hetalia characters. So that's the story about Heta Oni. Because I played it on stream in like 2021, I have a fairly fresh memory of this game. It's perfectly okay. Okay, we can roll the music now. Let's go. It's perfectly Heta Oni. I'll just say that. But yeah, Heta Oni was certainly a thing that existed and that I streamed at some point. But God, there were so many moments in that game that gave me psychic damage. Especially, like, the 2P stuff that happened. God. Hey, Tenten, you remember when 2P Hetalia became relevant? And I had to explain to everyone watching what 2P Hetalia was. And I was brought back to, like, pre-2010 internet days. That's what happened. Yeah, I had to explain I had to explain shit from my fandom youth. I'm scared. Hearing this, I'm frightened. You should be frightened. Smile. It's C tier. I've never heard of this one. Corpse Party is fine. I still need to play I've only watched the Markiplier playthrough of the original, so it's fine. Yeah, this is only for, like, the original. Everything else can go in the fucking garbage, for all I care. It's a corpse party. Yeah, exactly. Agreed. Hylix 2, never played it. Eve. Clearly, Eve must go in S tier with Hello Charlotte. Eve, fantastic. Eve is a short experience, but it really makes the most of its time. And it's just a great game all around. It's fantastic. So many endings to explore and get in your experience. It did recently get remastered this year. I did stream it. And honestly, a playthrough of Eve can net you around 2 or 3 hours. So it's very, very good stuff. Eve is always fantastic. Always love revisiting it. Great game. If you have not played it, what the hell are you doing? Go download it right now. This one, I know, I don't know the name of this, but it's another deep sea prisoner game. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in it. Insanity. I've heard things about this game. I think it's another eerie game, but yeah. Cat in a Box. I am interested in this one. Jimmy and it's like the pulsating meat thing. I'm not interested in this one, to be honest. Not interested from what I've seen. Never heard of this one. Never heard of this one. La Eat. Me and Matcha started playing this earlier, so I think I'm gonna put it. I think it's like a B tier right now. We have to finish it, so it's gonna stick here until. I'm gonna stick in B tier until we play more of it, so I can get a more solid opinion, whether it'll be like put down or up. Lisa is so oppressively depressing it kicks you. I know. I haven't played it, so that spoils that, but I know that it's a rough experience for everyone involved. But, Mother 3, I mean, I guess I'm going to experience, so I guess I'm interested no matter what. Based on what Matcha just said. So, I guess Mother 3 is interesting because I'm going to be, going to witness it at some point. So, Mother 3, I guess I'm interested in. I recommend Mother 3, it's so good. Okay. I have not, like, I didn't like Earthbound. That's the thing. That's what's keeping me from big step of, oh, okay, so if it's better than Earthbound, then I'll give it a try. Because I was not a fan of Earthbound. Which is controversial, because it's so influential. Least I'm interested in, I know it's going to kill me. Oh! My partner just got a drawing tablet for himself. Cool. So yeah, least I'm interested in, I know that Lisa's gonna kick me while I'm down, so, you know, I'm not looking forward to my playthrough of Lisa. There's another Lisa on here, because I know there's 2 games. I'm just gonna put them all both in. Yeah, there's another Lisa. There we go. The Lisas can be together.
When I came in, I thought you were talking about the classic early 2010s horror game Elysian Tales.
No.
I was like, man, that's wild.
Yeah. New overlay. My overlay artists talk about Lisa a lot, and I was like, I've heard some intense things about Lisa, both of the games. I know it like started as a Yume Nikki fan game, and then became its own thing, but I know it like kills you. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but I am intrigued. Let me say that. Misao, I think I'm gonna put it in the same tier as Mad Father. Misao is by the same person who made Mad Father. It's taken a lot more serious than Mad Father, but I think, I don't know, like Misao's taken a lot more seriously, which I think it's good because of the subject matter. It deals in a lot of bullying, like very, very severe bullying and abuse of all kinds, and it's good. It has some flaws. It's the more rougher of the two. Like, Mad Father's a little more refined than Misao as far as the game goes. But good time. I can't play it anymore. Because, before, there used to be a, jump scare list that I used to follow for Misao, so I could play it myself, so I knew what to avoid. The jump scare list is now outdated because they have, they've retooled the game so much that all the things that used to be applicable to these lists are no longer in the game, so I can't play it anymore myself, but good time. Mogeko Castle. Jesus Christ, is D tier. If you don't know anything about Mogeko Castle, don't. Retain that innocence. Don't look up Mogeko Castle. I sure did watch a playthrough of it, and it sure was a game that I watched. But Mogeko Castle is another deep sea prisoner game. D tier. This is what's that peak for? What are you peeking over here for? I never played this one. Never heard of this one. Faust thing. I am interested in that. I think I found this on Steam, and I was vaguely interested in what I found. 1010? What are you screaming for? I'm a little afraid of what 1010's screaming about. Because I just, like, passed over Mogeko Castle. Okay. Don't know. Hylix, I am interested. I have that, like, wish listed at some point. But do I see Hylix? Yes. Hylix is on my interested list. Yeah, I've heard it's just interesting. It looks interesting. Undertale, obviously, S tier. For all the fandom shit that happens around Undertale, it's still a fantastic game. Like, you can't deny that it is a great game and a great experience. It's great shit. I don't want to stream it. Because I'm afraid of the fan people. The fan people telling me I'm playing the game wrong, even though I've played it before. Earthbound, not for me. Earthbound I wasn't too much of a fan of. It was kind of like... Because I really wanted to play it. And when I got my opportunity to play it, I was not enjoying myself. So, I don't know what's about it, but as I was playing it, I was like, I'm not having fun anymore. I don't know, at some point I was just like, not having fun, so I just ended up dropping it. Which I thought was disappointing. Because I wanted to experience it, but then... I ended up watching Chugger Conroy's playthrough of it, which is great. If any of you want to watch a really good Let's Play of Earthbound, I recommend Chugger Conroy's Let's Play. He's very passionate about the game, and that's how I experienced it. But as a game itself, it's not for me. Lonely Wolf Treat. Never heard of it. We have Deltarune. Oh, Bubby. We have a purry Bubby. Can you hear that? Oh, he's bapping it. But he was purring if you ended up hearing that on the mic. Not sure if it picked up, but he's very purry right now. Most of the games by that dev are. Okay. I got to look into it then.
Spiral the legs.
It's a Bubby. Deltarune, it's not complete yet, so Deltarune, I really enjoyed chapters 1 and 2, but it's not complete yet, so I don't want to put it in a certain category, so I'm gonna put it in an A tier. Is Deltarune RPG Maker? No, it is Game Maker. It is a Game Maker engine game, and so is Undertale. But I think it just got lumped in with everything because everyone thinks it's an RPG Maker, but it's not. But until Deltarune is finished, it goes in A tier. Because I am really enjoying it, but I don't want to say definitively that it's S tier until I see that ending. You gotta see the ending. Yeah, it's RPG Maker adjacent. Yume Nikki. Actually haven't played it, so it goes in interested. I know I should, but it goes in interested because I haven't played it yet. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know if that game has jump scares. One of my favorite classics. Yeah, it's a classic, so I should play it at some point. It's like kind of obligated because a lot of the games that I like are influenced by Yume Nikki. So, Angels of Death, fuck you. D tier. Fucking hated Angels of Death. It had a lot of promising things, but it was so goddamn disappointing at the end. I talked about it in my regular tier list, but god, I fucking hated Angels of Death by the end of it. God, fucking like, oh, kill me. Oh, yeah, that thing. Boogeyman. I did play this year. A tier. I really enjoyed Boogeyman. Yeah, Angels of Death is a fucking train wreck. Greatest disappointment ever the fucking year. But Boogeyman, I would put in A tier. As far as like RPG Maker games go, I think I rated this a little lower on my own list, but in this group, I think Boogeyman is an A tier. Again, the flaws with Boogeyman are that the creator of this game does not make great puzzles, and Boogeyman absolutely requires a guide to get any ending except for the worst ending, which if you watch my stream for Boogeyman, I got the worst ending. So, at some point I'd be open to trying it again on stream, or even forcing Matcha to watch it. Hey, but Boogeyman, great, except that the puzzles and like actually getting a good ending is, you wouldn't be able to actually know it yourself. You have to have a guide, which I think is very poor game design. But yeah, never heard of this. Off, I have watched a playthrough of. I think it is neat. It gets an A tier. Off is a good game, but the issue with Off is that very good game. I like the story, but it's so bleak that like there's no like levity to it. It's all bleak. So, you know, sometimes you need a little lightheartedness to kind of go with your bleak existential shit, which this game does not have the good shit to kind of balance it out. Give it some flavor. You need to mix in some different feelings with your game. You can't just have it all be existential all the time. Amori, A tier. S tier. Amori, fantastic game. One of my favorite games of all time. Played it three times on stream. I already gushed about this game in my regular tier list, but Amori, great game. If you have not played it, please play it. It's so good. Kills me every time. I really want to play the Hikikomori route, except I can't. But what do you mean, Ner? I'm always having an existential crisis. Oh no. Oh no, Scully. But yeah, I guess about this game too much, but great game. One day I want to experience the Hikikomori route because I want to. That's like the part of the game that I have not done yet, and I can't, so yeah. One Shot is also an S tier. One Shot is also one of my favorites. It's great. I recommend it for anyone. And also, if you have played One Shot and you've only gotten one ending, please go look in your files and see if you can get another one, because there is there's another ending than the one you can get. So, yeah. It's what is it called? Eclipse? Not Eclipse. Something to do with the moon. But yeah, Nico's great. Got Oddity. I'm actually interested in Oddity. Despite me not liking Earthbound, I am very interested in seeing how Oddity goes. It's like the fan game of Earthbound it was like Earthbound 4, and then Nintendo came knocking and they're like, oh, we're actually an original game, sorry. The gif of Nico dunking it. Yeah, I love that gif. Okay, so I've never heard of this shit. Farther City, I think I have heard of this, so I am interested. One Beat Heart, I am interested in playing. Noel, not interested in, because I know Noel is an episodic series, so I'm not interested until it's finished. Because I know it is unfinished as of right now, so I am just gonna sit tight and wait for that fucking thing to finish, because I have already been burned once by Angels of Death with episodic storytelling. It's looking good so far. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how it turns out for Oddity. Sandman, I am interested in. I actually just got Sandman. So, Sandman is in the same series as Crooked Man and Boogeyman. It is like the second game in the series. I'm looking forward to playing that. And I think it doesn't have jump scares, so I can actually play this. It's great. Okay. Never heard of this one. Walking on a Star Unknown, I am interested in. Blank Dream. Okay, so I hate sand. Of course. Gets everywhere. But not you. Not you, Tenten. Yeah, Blink Dream is one I've wanted to see the ending of. Because I was watching a playthrough of it on YouTube because it has jump scares, so I was like following jump scare guides to avoid that. And then the creator ended up stopped his playthrough of it, so I ended up never seeing the ending because I couldn't play it myself. So one day I'm going to watch a playthrough of Blink Dream where I know the dangers of it. Space Funeral, never heard of. One Bit Heart, I am interested in. Witch's House, not for me. So Witch's House is very influential, and I do like it. The game itself, it's not for me. It's in the same vein as Ao Oni, where it's heavy on the spooks, very light on the story, but I am playing a game for the story, so it's still a good experience. If you want like a spooky experience, I highly, highly recommend Witch's House, but I'm not going to be playing anytime soon because I'm not really going to get anything out of it. Because it's mainly just like a try not to die, you're in a haunted house simulator for most of the game. But there is a really good story to it, but it's not in the game. So it sucks. One other flaw of Witch's House is that technically there is like a lot of story in it, but in order to get that story, you need to beat the game without dying and without saving. So you basically have to go not in the game. No, Matcha, let me explain this. So Freddy Fazbear. But in order to get like the little bit of story in Witch's House that's like not in journals and stuff, you have to play the entire game without talking to the cat. The cat is your save point. So you have to beat the entire game without dying, which is very hard. It is a fairly lengthy game and the entire house is trying to kill you. So you have to be really good at the game to get the little bit of story. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Never heard of this one. Tomorrow won't come for those without blank. I am very interested in this. This is the game that was made by the same creator as Hello Charlotte. And I actually just got this game last night, so I am fucking ready. I'm very excited for anything that this creator makes. Too Impatient, never played. Never heard of. Yeah. Never heard of. Never heard of. Ba-da-da. Yume Tuniki, I have heard of. I'm vaguely interested. Yuppie Psycho, I am interested in. It's just I don't know if I can play it. That's all there is to it. A lot of these interesting games, it's like, yeah, I would play it. Can't really do it though, but I would. Yuppie Psycho looks interesting. It does look interesting, but you know, sometimes you just gotta wait for a playthrough to come up. Okay, we got a little bit of games left, and most of these are games I have not played. So, Xeno, I am very interested in. The art style looks very good, and I might just play it myself on my own time. It does have a few jump scares, but not many. Ah, okay. Would you be able to warn me, though? Would you know? Because if it's not many, and you can tell me before I get there, would I be able to play it if you warned me? Yeah, that's the key. Would I know to look away from the screen? I think I know the section. Okay. Alright, we might be in business then. Alright. Your Turn to Die, I think I have heard of. I don't know much about it, but I'm just gonna put it in never heard of category for now. But there is one that frightens me. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh. Alone, never heard of. On, never heard of. Turtlehead Unmasked, never heard of. I'm gonna get rid of the ones I've never heard of, like, so I can get to the ones I actually know. So what we have left is Deltarune's in two separate sections. I'm just gonna put this Deltarune with the other Deltarune. A tier, I liked it. And then last one is Savior of the Abyss. I played this with Matcha on stream. Uh, honestly, to be completely honest, it's perfectly okay. Did Goodbye World end up making it on this tier list? No, I do know about that game though. It is not on this tier list, but I do have it wishlisted on Steam because I am interested in Goodbye World. Yeah, so Savior of the Abyss, it has similar flaws to Witch's House. Like, I consider Savior of the Abyss to be Witch's House with more plot. I watched that game, very neat. Yeah. So, it's perfectly okay because it actually has something of a plot, but also it seems like it should have been a lot longer than it was. It felt like it was built up to something really big a little too quickly. So it could have used like a few more sections before we got to the ending scenes. But get smashed against vending machine. Yeah. That was funny. But otherwise it felt like Witch's House with a little more plot, which I appreciate, but also it felt like it was falling short of what it could be. It had some potential. It had potential and it didn't really live up to the potential. Not to mention most of the plot was at the end, so it was just like, oh shit, I'm meeting people. Whoa. Plot. Now the game's over. But yeah, so that ends my RPG Maker tier list, and that ends the tier lists. So we finished all the tier lists. So this is the final one for the RPG Maker stuff, or like the general horror-esque game stuff. So I got all the Hello Charlottes up here, Eve, Undertale, Omori, and One Shot topping my list. For this one, so many games I've never heard of on this fucking tier list. And for those of you who are joining in later, like during like my later tier lists, I also did 3 other tier lists. We got Final Fantasy over here, where my top ones were 7, 10, and 14, of course, with all the others scattered around here, especially with stuff I haven't played. They have the Tome Husbando list, which took up most of my time, with my top ones being Van Helsing, Okosan from Hatoful Boyfriend, Rindo from Cafe Enchanté, Hades from Kamigami no Asobi, Henry from Pio Fiore, and Reiji from Utano Prince Sama being my tops. And then for my games I've played on stream this year, minus a couple stuff, is Dragon Age 2, Omori, John Cena's Sexy High School Adventure, Trauma Team, Ebe, Code Realize, and Sonic 06 are my top for the year. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me, and for joining me for on my journey through 2022 streaming. So I started VTubing. I didn't realize to put John Cena in SL. Yeah, yay! Clap, clap, clap. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me on this VTubing adventure. I started VTubing in March of 2022, and I've met so many new friends. I have met so many very, very amazing people, and I have learned so much about both streaming, both graphic design, art. Like, I started doing art this year. Like, that's weird. That's weird for me. It's weird that I started doing art. Especially before I started streaming, I was primarily a writer. But, but yeah, but yeah, I cannot state how much I appreciate everyone who showed up, everyone who I've like become friends with. It's been really fun. I'm hoping next year that I'll have a VTubing model, like a full moving one, which I've already started the ball on. Like, I'm on the wait list for it, so it's like I have committed myself to getting a model at some point. But yeah, and Squishy's my future dad. Here's my wife and my dad. Everyone. But yeah, yeah, I have some goals for next year, and it's a complicated family tree. It sure is. But yeah, my goals for next year is to have a very good debut. Once I have my fully rigged model, I am planning on having a debut not far long after that, where I will debut the model. So that is my plan for next year, is that debut will happen once I have the fully rigged model, which I don't have a set time for it. It's gonna be whenever it's done. So So that's my goal. I also want to, as I want to do some things next year. I want to play a lot of games. I want to show people more games that I really like. Most of the games I play are games that I really, really are interested in, or games that I really love. So I want to show people more games that I really love, and I want to start it off pretty well next year. I am planning on playing Final Fantasy VII. It's gonna be one of my first games I start next year. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so happy to meet you, Nerd. Oh, thank you. I'm very happy to have met you too, Scully. I'm happy to meet everyone in this journey, and I'm happy. I also plan on doing something because my 1-year anniversary of VTubing will be March 27th, 2023. So I gotta plan something for that. Also, I'm planning on doing more charity streams because I like doing them. I'm actually thinking of doing like a charity relay race. Not relay race, but like a relay where we like, it's like I start streaming and then we like pass the crowd to everyone with raids and stuff. It's gonna be fun. That's like my next big project for next year, is trying to figure that out, is the charity relay. So a lot of people can get involved even if they don't normally do charity stuff. They can join in with mine. That's a good idea. Thank you. I need to figure out the other details about it though. But that's kind of my next big project, is thinking about that and the themes for that. And I also want to do more Otome games stuff. I'm already playing a bunch of Otome games to see what would be good with our group. That's gonna be fun. I'm really excited for the next year. And I'm excited to like hang out with more people, build the friendships that I've made this year, and yeah, I'm just happy. I'm very happy. That like the beginning of 2022 was one of the worst beginnings that I've had to a year I've ever had. And honestly, it has ended up being one of the happiest years despite all of that. But I'm very happy now coming into 2023. I would have never imagined being as happy as I am at the beginning of 2022, and it's all thanks to everyone that I've met during streaming. And yeah, it's time for sappy hours. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what else to say, other than I hope everyone else has a really good rest of the year, and a great rest of the other. Not the rest of the other year. The great start to 2023. I hope everyone has a good one, and hope the year starts out very well. Such a no you, no fuck you, no it's you. You're talented. Okay. Anyway, no, Thomas. Who are we gonna raid? I'm gonna see who's online. But yeah. Who's online now? Who's online now? We are gonna be raiding Mr. These. Mr. These is currently playing Pokemon Scarlet/Violet, so we're gonna get some Pokemon time in. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Mr. These. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, I'll recheck. I'm gonna stick with it. So anyway, thank you guys again so much for joining me for this 2022. I'm gonna be, yeah. No, thank you for joining me, Barry. Okay. Yeah, this is the last stream of the year again. It's either gonna be Monday night or Tuesday night where I'm streaming. So it's either gonna be more of some game I feel like playing on Monday night, or you're gonna see me first with the Otome read-through group as we play more of Cafe Enchanté. So see you guys then. Have a great rest of your year. Thank you again for all of your support. and no more Denny's. I will end the stream with saying, never fucking eat at a Denny's. It wrecks your stomach. My stomach hurts so bad. Never go there. Anyway, bye.